a dynamite Sunday. Blind, 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 blind my Sunday. It's a blinding my Sunday.
Good morning and Merry Christmas, gearheads. It's Sunday, the presents are wrapped, the eggnog is spiked, and it's time for the Blind Mike Project. You're probably asking yourself, what can I do to help support the Blind Mike Project? It's simple. Just go to blindmike.net and subscribe to Blind Mike's Patreon. Buy a Blind Mike hat and leave a comment and like all of Blind Mike's videos. Also, share Mike with a friend and give the best holiday gift ever. That's right, you can now gift Patreon memberships. So for your last minute gifts, go to Blind Mike's Patreon and give the gift that keeps on giving. On today's show, Howard Stern signs another 3 years and the crowd is unmoved. Brendan Schaub picks a fight with the female Brendan Schaub. One Amy Schumer. Whitney Cummings is a sad, sad, sad lady. Bobby Lee is also a sad Asian lady. And Dave Chappelle finally responds to critics about the Riyadh comedy special. All this and more. And now, it's time to get Craigie with it. With your host, we all want to sit on his lap, our Santa, Blind Mike Geary.
Wow. Maybe your best work ever. I was literally just saying. Probably their best intro to date.
I loved it.
Nice job, dude. Casey gets a lot of guff. And I never like when we change things up. I heard the second I heard that Christmas music, I was like, I'm going to be annoyed. It was lovely.
It was delightful.
It moved me.
Electra, great job.
Excellent work. And, Casey gets a lot of guff, but he's also never done this. In order for me to get on the show today, Craig sent me a YouTube link. I was just going to jump through the computer at him.
See,
I'm in here, Mike.
So I'm not allowed to go to my Twitter messages on Google Chrome, which is what I typically use. So I have to go to Safari, and then
I'm not allowed to. Who's disallowing you?
Elon Musk. I don't know. It makes me punch in a code that doesn't work on that, but works on everything.
Don't get me started on Twitter DMs. It has been an abomination.
Yeah.
I'm not an anti-Elon guy, but every change he has made has been wrong so far.
Yeah, I don't like it. He's like, yeah, they're encrypted and code. And I'm like, go back to the way it was. I didn't care.
Yeah. If there's anything, I've always said this when I'm messaging box eating dad. I say, I hope these messages are encrypted. I hope no one can ever get to them.
Speaking of box eating dad, $5. Merry Christmas to all the gearheads / hack riders and guys like me who want to lay pipe on Electra. Merry, merry everyone.
That's right. And Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Thank you, box eating dad, longtime supporter of this program. Much appreciated, pal. Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you for being here. This is our Christmas spectacular, where we talk about Riyadh and Brendan Schaub. Nothing like ringing in the holiday with the Blind Mike Project. So thank you guys for being here. I feel like I had stuff to talk about at the beginning, but I don't remember any of it. So let me just tell you to go to blindmike.net, where all of our links are. If you want to become a member on Patreon or YouTube, you can become a member either of those places. I will say Patreon, the episodes always get up on time, if you know what I'm saying. So consider that, becoming a member, or just support the show for free wherever you get podcasts. Right now, Why Are You Laughing? The new Why Are You Laughing is Talking Funny, the HBO special with Jerry Seinfeld, Ricky Gervais, Louis C.K., Chris Rock. A lot of people requested that over the years, so we finally did it, and it was a fun one. I really enjoyed. It's basically just a comedy conversation because it's just me adding to what these geniuses are already saying and pretending I know more than them. So I thought it was an enjoyable conversation. So check that episode out now. Members get it right now if you want to check that out, and it comes out Wednesday night right here on YouTube. You can watch these episodes every Sunday at 10 a.m. Make sure you smash that like button. like, subscribe. All that stuff helps more people find the show. So we appreciate you guys commenting, liking, subscribing. Helps more people find us. So thank you for doing that. Tell a friend. blindmike.net is where all those links are. Well, what's the next venture for Craig Ironhead Oconee?
I don't know.
Very good show back up and running, huh?
That's what I'm trying to do, and there's been talks.
Ooh,
There's been talks, but
that's
I don't
exciting.
know. I don't know if I don't know what iteration it's going to be, but I'm
Wow.
hoping. And that the guy everyone wants to come back.
Everyone, yes.
Yep, everyone been talking to him. Been talking to him too.
I like that Craig says what iteration. Like people debate the eras of very good show.
There are, unfortunately, there are.
What era is your favorite, guys? Let us know in the comments.
My favorite
You
one.
like pre-Tim or post-Tim?
Beginning of Tim when Mike was still there and it was fun and he didn't care. He'd just do like Asian eyes on screen,
Yes.
not thinking straight. Like those are the days.
Can people still listen to Very Good Show? Is it available?
Yeah, every episode's still there.
Okay.
You,
I didn't know if just society was like, we don't need this on the internet. You can find everything on the internet, but not this.
Yeah,
There's no need for it.
we'll help you out. We
All
deleted
right,
them
so
all.
keep an eye on that. Craig's toiling with some ideas, and go to HackRideStudios.com. If you like that intro as much as we did, go to HackRideStudios.com and support those guys, HackRide and DJ Electra. I saw they're talking about all kinds of Howard Stern characters now, but they're very deep into the Eric the Actor coverage. So go check that out if you're a Howard. We're talking about Howard today, so I imagine some of you are interested in that. So go check that out for sure. And all the other stuff they do, HackRideStudios.com. And wish them a Merry Christmas.
That's right.
And Happy Hanukkah.
Whatever they believe in.
I'll tell you, there's one thing that Craig agrees with Chappelle on, you know?
No.
Should we start there with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
We got a lot to cover today. A lot of topics. I don't know how long each individual one will take, but I'm very interested in the Chappelle thing. If we play the clip, are we going to get taken down?
I can definitely play the audio. I don't know. Maybe if I keep the video off the screen, we'll be all right.
You want to try that?
Yeah. See what happens.
All right, yeah, we'll try that. See if that makes any difference. I know visually, Craig was very pleased with Chappelle's artistic choices.
Yeah, the Colin Kaepernick camouflage, like he's going to battle for.
Right on time, by the way. The Kaepernick stuff very timely.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So Dave Chappelle, who I love, one of my all-time favorites. I don't know. He dropped this special after the Jake Paul fight, which it's a little weird, the idea that Dave Chappelle is coordinating around Jake Paul's schedule to drop his specials now. Like it's all very weird, but cool. I like the idea of just dropping a random special, not publicizing it or anything. And Chappelle has that ability, unlike a lot of other comics, to still get attention when he does that. I don't know how to feel about Dave Chappelle, the comedian, anymore. He is such an interesting speaker. Mm-hmm. Maybe the greatest storyteller of all time. Like, I find him fascinating to listen to. But when you talk about, like when we do Why You Laugh and we talk about Rodney and Stephen Wright and these guys, the amount of jokes they pack into an hour is incredible. Like the laughs per minute or whatever you want to call it, but like the joke writing that takes has to be arduous for, Rodney or Stephen Wright to probably fit in hundreds of jokes over the course of 45 minutes to an hour. Dave Chappelle has the exact opposite, where I'm amazed the lack of jokes he's able to fit in to over an hour of content.
Yeah, he puts out a special and everyone's reaction to it is that joke was funny.
It's more of a TED talk, Yeah. I mean, there's still some Chappelle in there. Like when he talks about he's buying everything in his hometown in Ohio, that Yellow Springs, Ohio, and he's buying everything up. And he goes, now, if a white guy was doing this, it would be called gentrification. But there's not a word for what I'm doing. It's very like there's funny old school Chappelle stuff in there, but it is masked with like how profound he is. And here's the thing, I can't criticize him. I think he's a genius. Like, I love Chappelle, and I think he's an excellent speaker. I don't know if he's even a comedian anymore,
Yeah.
Like, these are TED Talks. But we'll get to the clip that a lot of people are talking about. I think there was a lot of good stuff in here. And no matter what you want to say about Dave Chappelle and his politics, whatever, he is somewhat fair. Like the Charlie Kirk stuff, you might, when you hear him start talking about it, you might groan a little bit. But given his stance in life, I thought he was incredibly fair with his perspective on.
I didn't think that was bad.
Yeah, I do think he has his biases clearly, but I think he's overall somewhat fair, at least a lot more than other people on his side. But with the Riyadh stuff, I was disappointed that Dave did a very similar thing to a lot of these other comics and just kind of dance around what actually happened. Now, he is the leader right now for most direct handling of this. I would say he just moved to the forefront. It was Louis and Aziz. I think now Dave has addressed it most directly because, to his credit, he does say, I got paid more than everyone else. He's the first person to address how much fucking money he got, other than, I guess, Chris DiStefano. And Schultz, I think, acknowledged that. But
Norman a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But let's hear Chappelle, how he addresses the Riyadh thing, which, again, I'm glad he did it.
These motherfuckers act like because I did a comedy festival in Saudi Arabia, I somehow betrayed my principles. Well, no, I know I didn't.
So,
no.
Are they? It sounds to me like they're saying you did. Am I crazy?
Yeah, this one was mixed for sure.
It's hard to hear, but I swear I hear people yelling, "You did," and he goes, "I know I didn't." It's weird. Obviously, they're not mic'd up. We can't hear it perfectly. So maybe he can hear it better than us, or he just knows how to spin it. But it sounds to me like they're yelling, "You did."
These motherfuckers act like because I did a comedy festival in Saudi Arabia, I somehow betrayed my principles. Well, no, I know I didn't. I know. No.
They are saying you didn't.
They are, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's Dave's fans, so that's good. I think some of his other shows, I saw he got booed off stage in Canada or something. I do think some of his shows, I think it's been mixed with Dave, but like I said,
he got booed off stage.
There's some article written that Chappelle left his show early because people were heckling or whatever. I don't know that it was the Riyadh stuff, but it seems like a logical conclusion.
No, come on, everybody, let me do this. And I'm sure, all right, now everybody calm down. No, I'm sure I'm right. First of all, what did they say? They said, Saudi Arabia killed a journalist, and rest in peace, Jamal Khashoggi. I'm sorry that he got murdered in such a heinous fashion, but period. And also,
I'm glad he corrected that because I was about to be like, Jesus, Dave. Now listen, the guy met an untimely end, but let's all get past it.
Period. But
I'm glad he kind of fixed that, and that was a funny way to do it too. But I'm glad he acknowledged, I'm not trying to sound as ridiculous as that might come off.
It's crazy that he caught that because I don't know how many people would have in real time.
Sure. And again, I credit him for leaving in where the fans are yelling, and he's like, let me do this. It's not a polished special, and Dave's done a few of those, which I do like. You got to give Dave this. There's no one else, even Carlin, when Carlin got very serious, there's no one else that's ever done what he's doing, where he's putting out essentially these year in review talks.
Right.
There's no one that's ever done. So he is approaching something totally new and different, which I, as a comedy fan, I do like.
I mean, look, bro, Israel's killed 240 journalists in the last 3 months.
Yes!
All right.
And with your help, we can make it 250. Let's get them, guys.
The crowd was not on board until they were like, oh, we're sticking it to the Jews? Cool.
Yeah!
All right.
If he said, ladies and gentlemen, from the grave, Richard Pryor, it wouldn't have got that response. Yeah, hell yes! Israel's killing journalists.
Israel killed 240 journalists in the last 3 months. So I didn't know y'all was still counting.
But to me, that's very weak. That's a weak argument. For a couple, I've always said this is not the place to go for facts on Israel or Riyadh or any of that stuff. There are much better people covering it. I've seen people argue that that's a manipulation of figures.
Yes.
Go to Craig's other shows for that. I don't know about it to really talk about it on any in any smart fashion, as you can tell by the construction of that sentence. But what Chappelle is doing here is ignore. He didn't decide whether or not he was going to go to Riyadh based on the amount of journalists that Israel kills. It doesn't. That's not how the decisions are made. It doesn't make any sense. Also, saying, "Well, hey, other governments are bad," is not a relief of your morals. All of a sudden, it's not like, "Oh, okay." If Dave Chappelle was doing something with the Israeli government, people would have a problem with it. And you can say, "Oh, no, they would. It wouldn't be as big." Whatever. Look at the response when Tony Hinchcliffe didn't take any money and did a Trump rally. And people kind of hid behind. Every comic felt comfortable shitting on Tony for that. It's weird. Even some that were there in Riyadh.
He called Puerto Rico a dump. Let's not forget that.
Well, that was a terrible tragedy that the country has never recovered from. I understand. But everyone shit on Tony for taking no money. And like him or not, whatever, Tony seems to be a Trump supporter. And he thought he would convince 200,000 people to vote for Donald Trump, which I guess it worked. Donnie's in office. But whatever. Like, Tony didn't take any money and did a Trump rally for a guy did a rally for a guy he was voting for. And people shit all over him. And the logic was, that's not what comedians do. That's what everyone said. Comedians don't partner with politicians or governments or whatever. Even though it was a guy that Tony vocally supported. It was not against his morals. Guys like Chappelle, and again, when we talked about Riyadh, I wasn't stunned that Chappelle went over there as much as other people. But when we talked about Riyadh, it's these guys like Chappelle, Burr, Whitney, these people that moralize and wave their fingers at you and tell you how to live. And there's criticisms of Trump and Elon and the government in this special. Meanwhile, they took money to work with a government that has some, let's say, some human rights gray areas, if we could call them that. America has some things, Israel, we've all got our problems, but Saudi Arabia certainly has theirs as well.
I do enjoy that Israel keeps getting brought up, and they're like, "What the fuck do we have to do with this comedy festival?"
Now, if Israel was doing the Israel Comedy Festival and Jerry Seinfeld was over there and all these Michael Rappaport and all these people, then you would have a valid argument. But that's not happening. The thing is that a government that has some flaws held a comedy festival. They paid the comedians and they said, don't talk about politics or religion. This thing that all these comedians pretend to fight against.
Right.
You know, that's the issue. So Chappelle saying, hey, Israel does some bad stuff, I think is a weak argument. Even if it's true, whatever you want to say about it, that's great. It's not the reason he went over there. It's not why it's okay for him to accept money. That's what all these comedians are doing, is they're trying to trick you into thinking you're a nerd for caring about this.
Honestly, though, what does it say about the Jewish people where you go from Jerry Seinfeld to Michael Rappaport as your example?
I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. Michael Rappaport was only in my head because he was nominated for Semite of the Year by Legion of Skanks this week. That's the only reason that popped into my head.
Honestly, he'll probably win that.
I believe Netanyahu won. Shout out to him. Another guy we're about to talk about was also nominated. So
Yeah.
we'll get to him. But yeah, I think the Chappelle thing is a weak excuse, but he talked about the amount of money he got. He called himself, he joked, he called himself a partner of the Saudi Arabian government. Like, he said, I don't work for Netflix, I work for Saudi Arabia. Like, so he was honest about that stuff, whereas Bill Burr was a complete phony.
I also, I'm not surprised that Muslim Dave Chappelle went over there.
That's the other thing. And he addressed saying that you're able to speak, like whatever he said, where you have more free speech over here than you do in America, or whatever the fuck he said.
Oh, fuck off.
But he talked about that, which I appreciate. It's not true. And for some reason he said, fuck Bill Maher for saying it wasn't true. I don't know why he went after him specifically, but
that was weird. I didn't think Maher went that hard at anyone. He was just like, I wouldn't. His essential message
Mars
was-
said good for Louis for doing it. Mars supported the comedians that did it.
yeah, he's like, I just wouldn't, is what I think he said.
Right. But regardless, like I think Chappelle did dance around some stuff, but he addressed it much more head on than any of the other comedians. He didn't go on there and goes, guys, you got to try the TGI Fridays there. It was to die for.
Ah, boho.
So I've been grading this whole thing on a curve. We talked about Beige Frequency's documentary. I imagine Chappelle will be added to the part 2 that he's doing now. And a guy like Beige Frequency will probably go a lot harder at Chappelle. Like I said, after Burr and Whitney, I've been grading on a curve. So Chappelle did better than them, which is my bar now, which is pretty low.
Yeah, but I know you are, but what am I? Argument is always terrible.
It's silly. It's silly and childish. And I thought a guy as wise and introspective as Chappelle would be better than that. Now, the special overall, I also thought was weird. Did you get through the whole thing?
No.
You turn it off in anger when you saw the Kaepernick jersey?
I saw the Kaepernick jersey, and I went, I guess I won't watch this.
Well, that's open-minded. But
I will watch it, but I didn't get to it.
The end is weird where he's like, I'm gonna attempt the longest closer I've ever done, and he tells this long story. But he also said, I'm gonna tell the joke I closed Saudi Arabia with, which I guess is him saying
Fuck America.
He has this joke at the end where he goes, I need a code if I'm ever abducted by Hollywood. So if you ever hear me say this, you know that something is wrong. And then he goes, I stand with Israel. And that's how the special ends. I guess that's the joke he closed. So he went over to Saudi Arabia for a rally. So let's fucking get him, guys. I guess that's what he meant. But it seemed a little, it didn't seem as polished as a lot of his other stuff. Like, I was there. I saw him do this live before he put it out as a special. But I think like one of his best bits ever is when he talks about, and it set him on this trajectory to do this kind of stuff, I think. But he talked about, he opens his bit and he's talking about the women's suffrage movement and with the Kennedys and Martin Luther King getting shot. And he like this beautiful walk through American history. And then he goes, and it's amazing to think during all that time, Bill Cosby raped 50 women. It's so fun. It was just such a fun. You don't see it going there at all. But I think that bit put him down this path where he's a teacher now, you know, because he has that. He also has that story about like Iceberg Slim and the story about the trans woman Daphne that he tell. Like now he's this storyteller, which he's an amazing storyteller, but it's not steeped in comedy necessarily. So I don't. It's weird for me to categorize what Dave Chappelle is. We're doing an episode of Why You Laughing, the top 10 comedy specials of the year. I could make an argument to put this in the 10 best and 10 worst comedy specials of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed watching it. I don't know that it's comedy. Like he tells as many jokes as like, you know, a guy at a TED Talk would. Now he's obviously funnier than that, but I'm just saying, like if you're talking about the sheer quantity of jokes, there aren't a ton in this thing.
I didn't think the Charlie Kirk segment was particularly bad because he wasn't like, I'm glad he's dead. But like, you know, like a lot of
the bar is pretty low then.
Yeah, but like,
I like hearing him talk about that stuff because I do think he's inherently biased, and I find it interesting to hear guys that are on the complete opposite side talk with any amount of perspective on things. I always like that. You know,
it was more he was going after anyone on the internet because he was either confusing him with Steven Crowder or it was just kind of going after that whole idea of on the internet.
My mind or whatever.
Yeah.
And I liked that he called Tyler Robinson a nobody. The disdain he had for Tyler Robinson, I thought was funny.
Okay.
By some nobody. But yeah, it's worth watching. It's very interesting, and I think for me, like that's all I take it as is something interesting to watch. There will be people that like. I think the tweet I sent you to get that video was like Chappelle uncancels him, which I don't even know what that means. He's fine. But they're like, try canceling Chappelle now. And I'm like, I don't get it. It doesn't mean that has nothing to do with this video. And there's other people that are going to call Dave Chappelle a fucking war criminal because of that. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm somewhere in the middle where I just find it interesting to watch. And I give him credit for addressing it much more clearly than anyone else did. But again, that's a pretty low bar. So I don't know. I'll be curious what you guys think. But those are my thoughts on it for the most part.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have more thoughts after I watch the whole thing, but
you can talk to Jerry about it.
He'll probably cancel Netflix if he sees it at the top.
Which ultimately would be great if Republicans start canceling Netflix over Chappelle after all that happened last time.
After all they've defended.
I know. All right, let's get to some other news from this week. A couple quick hits, a couple quick topics. The first one I found very interesting was this Barstool move. Speaking of Netflix, Netflix is getting into the podcasting game, and Barstool is the latest contributor to this. I think streaming services are seeing what's happening on YouTube and saying we gotta crack into this business. I just don't know if it's gonna work that way. So let's hear the announcement. We have a clip of my old friend Dave Portnoy announcing what's happening with these major Barstool podcasts.
Emergency press conference time. If you haven't heard the news, I'm proud to announce that Barstool is partnered with Netflix for 3 of our top podcasts, exclusive video only on Netflix starting next year. I'm talking, you want to watch video, part of my take, Netflix. You want to watch video of spitting chicklets? Netflix. I actually spit there. That's just my brain. You want to watch video of the Ryan Russillo show? Netflix, Netflix, Netflix. Exclusive video. Audio stay the same. Video where? Netflix, Netflix, Netflix. We're proud to partner with one of the best in breed companies. That's what we do at Barstool. Evolve, rotate, evolve. Video next year, PMT, Chicklets, Ryan Russillo, Netflix, Netflix, Netflix. Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool, to be honest.
So I saw people calling him like a sellout and this is a real common man move. You can if the podcast was entirely behind the paywall, I would get why people are pissed. You can still listen to it.
Still listen to it, and if you don't have Netflix, you're by far the minority, I feel.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's what changes for them video-wise. I think less people are going to watch the videos.
You think?
I don't think it's going to be this explosion for podcasts on Netflix.
Now, do they have like their own tab or something on Netflix? Because then I would disagree with you. Like if it's easy to see right when you turn it on.
I would hope they're going to do something like that. I would imagine, but I just don't. I don't know. I just think people are so entrenched in their habits. They already go to YouTube for podcasts. I think these guys now maybe I don't know the product well enough. Like I don't know the drop off from Spittin' Chicklets to the next hockey podcast.
I think it's pretty big.
So maybe people will just follow them wherever, you know? What I think will happen is just their audio numbers are all going to go up. Like, I think more people are going to listen now. Like, because I think a lot of people have it on their drive. This is another, I looked at the comments just to see what feedback Portnoy was getting. And people were like, fuck you. I listen to this while I'm driving to work. And it's like, well, just go to Spotify. You can still do it. That's what I don't get the people like, oh, Portnoy's a sellout. I think if you're Barstool, it's a no-brainer. You take the money that Netflix is giving you, and in a couple years, if it's not working, you do what Rogan did. You know what I mean? You just go back on YouTube. What's the big deal?
Right.
So I think it's a no-brainer for Barstool. I think it's smart. I'll be curious if it works and if more people are watching shows there, but I don't imagine people logging into Netflix to get their podcasts.
Louis J. Gomez says, I'd like to see the Kill Tony Netflix numbers versus YouTube.
Well, but that's different. Kill Tony did specials, like Netflix special. If Kill Tony was on Netflix every week, would the numbers go up or down? Would there be 2-3 million people watching it every week on Netflix?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
No, Kill Tony did it smart where it's once a year. Or twice a year, whatever the fuck he's doing, a couple times a year. And then it becomes an event. You're like, oh, the Netflix episode of Kill Tony is going to be bigger than their usual weekly episode. So this is just fucking Dan and PFT talking about the fucking Chiefs game.
Well, if they're, I wonder if they get to play. Do they have rights to play some of the clips now?
That's what some people said is it'll be big for rights. They're not going to get taken down or have to blur stuff or block stuff or bleep stuff. That it will change. I just don't know how much of that stuff they're doing. Like on a show like this, or Why Are You Laughing, where we play older stuff. That's a big concern. Sometimes I literally don't play clips because I'm like, this is good. That Chappelle, we just played the Chappelle clip, and I'm like, is this video gonna get taken down midstream?
So far, so good.
Because Netflix is very vigilant about that. Will they be able to play stuff? But how much of a concern was that for them? Like, is PMT constantly trying to play clips of the NBC broadcast? I don't.
If when their episode drops, if it's on the top of Netflix, I think that'll be much bigger.
By the way, is that the real Louis J. Gomez that's in that?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Louis. It didn't dawn on me that there's an actual podcaster.
He also said for $20, keep killing it, Blind Mike. We'll have you on Real Ass Podcast soon.
Oh, thank you. I asked him about that. I said, hey, now the Real Ass Podcast is back. Is my invite still there? So, but yes, Real Ass Podcast is killing it. If you look at those numbers, they're back in a big way.
I do like the idea of him to continue to string you along, though. No, come on.
That's much funnier, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do like that.
Yeah, anytime. No, it's more me being able to get to New York City. So we'll figure that out maybe over the summer, hopefully.
I do have a vehicle. I have a vehicle. I'll make it happen.
Oh, me and Ironhead take New York. That could be fun.
We take New York. That's right.
All right, that's good to know. Yeah, but Kill Tony, I'm sure the Kill Tony numbers are massive on Netflix because it's an event. You know what I mean? This is spitting chiclets twice a week, every single week. Like, are people going to go to Netflix to watch RA for that 5 minutes they give him at the end?
Has anyone dropped the bag more than him right now?
Oh, God, that fucking guy. Well, it's good. He has a life-threatening Mick on Twitter. That's a much better life than being on Spitting Chiclets. So good for him.
He gets 10 minutes a week now. Is that what his new deal is?
He's like Andy Rooney, I think Kirk said. He comes in, tell you what's grinding his gears at the end of the podcast.
So Portnoy ended up tweeting out something very funny. Oh yeah, there's one more show, and it was a video of Mutt Stack. Did you see that?
I saw David and Marilyn put together a montage.
Oh, well, Portnoy actually put one out. Like,
okay.
And I hope that happens. I hope it's just to be funny. He puts Mutt on Netflix.
Dirty water.
That'd be too funny.
No, I had an interaction with Mutt on Twitter. Mutt goes, I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to admit it. I was entertained by the Jake Paul fight. Boy, that's big of you, Mutt.
Yeah, he got the shit kicked out of him. It was your first not picked fight.
Mutt, I got to hand it to you. Usually you're not so honest. You're brutally honest here. And you're going to say you were entertained by it.
He got absolutely annihilated.
I didn't stay up for it.
I didn't either. I just kind of watched it after the fact, but
I guess I was up technically. I just chose not to watch it.
Yeah, it could have ended earlier, but I have a feeling that Joshua had a deal. Like if it went so long, he got more money.
All those things seem a little fishy to me. But I was saying this to someone the other day. Credit to the Paul brother. Whether those fights are like kind of fixed or there's a the sort of a unspoken agreement, whatever it is. There's never been anyone. There are a lot of people that go on YouTube or TikTok and become big, and then they try acting or music or comedy, whatever. There's no one else on the planet that has ever talked their way into being professional athletes. It is incredible what they did. Those are like the biggest fights of the year, the Paul brothers now. Mm-hmm. And they were just YouTubers. They weren't athletes before.
Logan Paul's in WWE, and he's actually insanely good at it.
It's crazy what they were able to do, but
yeah.
But again, like all those things and like the live stuff that they do, those are all live events, which changes the argument a little bit. Like, is Netflix doing weekly podcasts, whether they're live or pre-recorded, whatever they're going to be? Is that sustainable? Are you going to Netflix? Because I saw some people say, "Oh, who watches podcast? Who sits there and watches podcasts?" A lot of people.
I do.
You know what I mean? Look at fucking Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn is just two guys talking. He gets millions of views every week.
Yeah, I almost exclusively watch podcasts on YouTube now.
Yeah. And Netflix is usable while you're doing other stuff. You know what I mean? You can minimize it on your phone, make it that little box, and just do other shit. So they are equipped for that, I guess. So it'll be interesting. I think what's going to happen is their audio numbers go way up and their views just take a dip. But still, I think it's a win for Barstool, even if that happens. You know.
Spider Echo in the chat says, "I am watching a podcast right now."
That's what I mean. Yeah. People were saying this to me, and I'm like, boy, I hope that's not true. Yeah. So shout out to Bart. It is crazy being a guy that worked there 10 years ago. That the idea then that they would be on Netflix would have been nuts. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty crazy that how far they've come. So that is cool, regardless of how it works.
We got some super chats here. In member comments. Germ, good morning, you handsome devils. Go Pats.
Thank you, buddy.
You have to wait all the way till 8:30.
Yeah, why is this the primetime game?
I guess it was too soon for the last one. There wasn't enough time to flex it. I don't know why.
That would have been such a great game. I mean, it was a great game. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but that would have been such a great night game.
Yeah. I saw you jinxed it in the first quarter.
I know. And I knew I was doing it. I don't know why I said that. I was so confident.
21-point swing is not good. Not fucking good at all.
It's tough.
Top Cat, $5. Props to Blind Mike and Craig for not going live and making a fool of themselves like Portnoy during halftime last week. Go Bills.
I did tweet.
He did tweet.
But my tweet stands. I say it is pretty crazy to me that the Patriots went on this 20-year run, and then the Bills are like, it's our time now. And now the Patriots might just be back to winning the division, you know?
Well, I think they can clinch it today, right? Don't they just have to win one more?
Well, it might be a win and a Bills loss, I assume. That's why they would have clinched it last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either that or we have to win out or something.
Yeah.
Piss Wife. What a name. $2. Jug World Comics promo code Greenberg JWO. I probably just said something terrible. And
Joke World, maybe?
Maybe.
Shout out to Joke World.
Brooks, member for 6 months. His profile picture is Osama bin Laden.
Hello, brother.
We will be getting to this, but he just said, while you're down there, do you mind blowing me?
Oh, shit. I meant to start with it. Yeah, let's do that next. I forgot about that.
Ham Hands, $2. Dave announcing his next gig in Israel. Awful argument.
What was the argument?
I don't know.
Dave Chappelle. I was thinking Portnoy. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying, where it's like the idea of going to Israel versus it wasn't a plausible argument that was never offered to him. It's not like, oh, well, I turned down the Israel gig, you know? That
right.
Doesn't work.
Suburban Tug Time, $5. He just says, wee.
Damn straight, brother.
Drew P. Balls, $10. Merry Christmas, guys. And
Merry Christmas.
Kyle AB, $2. Blame Shannon.
It's funny to me, the idea that Lewis, whatever he's doing right now, has this podcast on. I'm sure he's not even paying attention, but just the idea that it was on for 5 minutes is funny to me.
It is funny. So you want to go to the Flyers guy?
Yeah. I meant to start with this just real quick. This is more of a WATS subject, but we didn't do a show this week. God only knows when we're going to do a show again, because the next 2 Thursdays are Christmas and New Year's. So we'll see if me and Carl get together. But this is a sort of a WATS type topic. The Flyers broadcaster, Philadelphia Flyers, they're going to a break. And this is just classic hot mic stuff. This is good old fashioned fun.
I blame the radio techs on this one, though.
Of course, he waits so long to say anything. It is they screwed this guy.
He clearly went to a break, and they didn't let him know that wasn't the case.
Right? Yeah. Somehow the other guy knew. But let's hear it.
They're playing from behind. Now they're going to take the TV timeout. We'll take it as well. 7 gone in the third. It's 3-2 Buffalo on the Philadelphia Flyers broadcast network. Pump it up, it up, it up, it up.
Shout out to Conan.
I was gonna say I love the do. But it's even goofier knowing what's coming. He's like, pop it up, pop.
I'm a little hard right now.
Pump it up, it up, it up, it up. While you're down there, would you mind blowing me?
What people assume is happening right there is there's like a tech guy or something. Like someone working under the desk, like fixing some wires or something. He's under the desk. And what I love about that is this guy doesn't drop the radio voice at all.
No, I loved it.
Now, I defend these guys because everyone thinks I have a fake voice also. So maybe just guys with that voice are drawn to that. But just that cadence doesn't seem where hey, while you're down there, would you mind sucking on the end of my cock? What do you say? Would you mind gargling on my schlong, please, sir? That's just some good guy stuff right there. That's just
while you're down there, do you mind making it 3 fingers this time?
How about gingerly tapping on the tip of my cock? Would you please mind stroking me off there, young man?
Don't forget there are balls.
Some intern that's heard that joke 9,000. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim.
I think we're still on the air, Tim.
I love how he just dies laughing. He's like, yeah, like I believe that.
You almost got me. There's no way we're on the air while I'm telling this kid to choke on my cock. I'll bet you dollars to donuts you're jerking my chain.
And speaking of jerking,
you know what you can do, son.
No, we're not, are we?
the egg capital of the world.
Well, if we are on the air, I'll update you and tell you it's 3-2 Flyers. We're coming back, and there's going to be a power play. I don't know enough hockey terms to keep this going.
What's his face? The Red was the Reds announcer. It was the best one of all time, though.
Well, Tom Brenneman is the standard. He's the king. And Tom Brenneman's back, by the way. He's doing college football.
Yeah, as he should.
Good for him. He was just pointing out state capitals.
He was just pointing out.
Perhaps you're traveling around the country. You're a tourist. And you have certain proclivities. And you're like, what cities could I visit? That's all Tom Brenneman was telling you.
If you like P-Town, you're going to love Kansas City.
If you really think about it, Tom Brenneman was just saying, the rich tapestry of a certain community. Whereas this guy is actually requesting a blowjob. Like, if you think of it, what this guy is saying is worse than Tom Brenneman, Please spit on it. So this guy, Tim, I don't even know, but what's his last name? It might be in the tweet there. But he gets suspended for 2 games.
Tim
Saunders. My knee-jerk reaction to that is like, oh, why do you got to suspend him? And then I'm like, I guess he is publicly telling a coworker to blow him.
Yeah, but it's probably like someone he jokes about that kind of shit with all the time. And
right? Yeah.
Very clearly went to break.
Yeah, it's a shame they have to suspend him. I don't know why that has to happen. I get if the guy complained that he was saying it to.
No, I guarantee it was like
I can't imagine that guy goes to HR and was like, I felt like I had to suck his cock.
It makes me drink a fizzy drink before telling me to do things.
Let's hear the end. So this is the full version. It's a lot of silence. You can play it and I'll talk over it. But the reason I wanted you to take this version is the silent panic. What I imagine he's doing right now.
Oh, freaking out.
Oh, I'm going to have to sound like Brenneman.
Are we?
He's trying to reassure.
Well, if you were him, you would do the same thing.
Of course. Oh, I'd be freaking out.
Because you're like, why would no one tell me that when I so blatantly went to break?
I'd be mad at them, and I would also think, oh, God, I have to come back and say that I'm a man of God and whatever Brenneman said.
Castellanos has a hat trick.
I wish I knew any hockey player.
Well, I just like the idea that it's always Castellanos.
Yeah. I want to say more homophobic things, but I don't know if I'm on air anymore.
I do want you to finish.
I want to blame these homos for not telling me I was on the air.
You have us? Mikey, talk to me.
Come on, Mike. Quit fingering my asshole here.
Put the KY away and talk to me.
Hey, quit edging me. Let me come.
None of that over the pants bullshit.
Live action, 13:04 to go.
Well, hopefully you don't know the stress that I'm under right now, and you didn't hear any of that. 3-2 Flyers.
I'd be punching a hole through everyone I work with's head.
You know, in this day and age, as much as I think he probably shouldn't have gotten suspended at all, if old Mike Geary's running the show, I say let it fly. You know, that seems like a fun atmosphere.
You gotta do like the typical.
Why don't you blow me while you're down there? I'm like, oh, the guys are having a good time.
My hair's wet. I need my hair done. That's what I meant.
Yeah, right. But you know, I guess in this day and age, 2 games is not too bad. A slap on the wrist. They're like, hey, you know, stop telling me interns to suck your dick.
I have to assume too he got paid because that truly was not his fault. However, our usual argument is always assume the mic's hot.
Yes. Yeah, it is his. He's right in the mic. His pristine voice. Hey, I'm going to lean in for this one. Gargle my knob, young man. What? What do you mean people are hearing me?
Choke on it, you pussy.
I want to hear you gag.
Beg me for a raise.
Well, that was fun. That's just good old fashioned fun, as I tweeted. You know.
Yeah. Someone in the chat says the tech guy got his revenge.
Yeah, right. It's probably the 80th time he's made a cocksucking joke. The Warthog texted me and said it's a shame. He always wishes Joe Castiglione had audio like that.
I know.
Would you mind sucking on my penis there, young man? I can't do Castig. Oh, you can do Castig.
I just do the. Do you believe it?
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. Oh, I wish I had that fucking drop. Which I was like, what? I have no idea what I was doing.
You mystified him.
I have no idea what that was.
All right. Enough of that. Let's get to some other news of the week.
Oh wait, hold on.
Do you believe it?
There we go.
What's that?
That's as long as the pauses that Flyers announcer takes. Huh?
What?
Good stuff. Extra goodies.
I don't have that one. That's on my other computer.
All right, let's get to the thing. Oh my God, were people excited about this? Big news this week. Howard Stern is still on the air. How exciting is that, huh, folks?
Woohoo.
Oh man, people are going nuts around the country. You thought Portnoy's announcement was big and would change broadcasting forever.
Yeah.
Howard Stern still mailing it in for 3 more years.
He's probably down to 1 day.
I got to say, either there is still a Howard Stern, very loyal Howard Stern fan base out there, or I'm getting Lady Gaga'd. Do you remember the Pelican Brief where Howard Stern said, I need you to create bots and I need you to tell people how great the show is? Well, either there are a lot of very loyal Howard Stern fans, or that is happening. Because I'm just some asshole on Twitter. And I tweeted when it was announced that Howard Stern is re-signing with SiriusXM for 3 more years, he kind of alluded to the idea that he's going to be on less. He's like, I'm going to have a lot more free time. Can you imagine? Can you imagine listening to this cocksucker who does 3 hours a day, 3 days a week, and takes summers off? And he's like, it's going to be nice. I'm going to have a little more free time. Imagine thinking like you're hearing that guy and you're like, oh, good for you, Howard.
Wow.
You've earned it. But Howard's going to have a little more free time, it sounds like. Great. So he's either going to do 2 days a week or just have more time off, I imagine. But I tweeted out, they say Howard Stern announces 3-year deal with SiriusXM, and I just said, but they'll never explain why, which I think is accurate. They never SiriusXM never comes out with subscriber growth directly tied to Howard. There are always these vague numbers. It's like, well, 30 million people listen to SiriusXM. It's like, no, 30 million people have access to it.
30 million people got, a new car that comes with a 3-month subscription.
30 million people are called to cancel, and they said, well, what if we give it to you for $1 a month? And they were like, all right, fine.
I guess.
That's the deal they have worked out with a lot of these people. But I got a lot of responses, people being, hey, I listen every day. If you don't listen, why do you even care? What's your problem? I think Howard's better than ever. Like, I got more responses on this tweet than most that I ever do. So either there's a lot of Howard Stern fans out there, or the staff is doing their job where they're combing the internet for Howard feedback, and they're arguing to show that Howard is still relevant. Let's hear Howard make the announcement, and then we'll react to it.
I'm happy to announce that I figured out a way to have it all. So yes, we are coming back for 3 years. The announcement. Yeah, so
Fred sharp as ever.
We're going to be partnering with SiriusXM and continue to entertain for the next 3 years. I want to thank Robin, Fred, Gary, and especially, of course, Robin, I know you joined me in thanking Willie Fistagash and Hugh Jasshole, Lou.
Oh, the same jokes.
I want to thank, and Mike Hawk. Gary, what is the reality?
I'm bringing back, a lot of people are going to be surprised by this. I'm bringing back our old friend John Melendez. He's going to be interviewing celebrities and answering the phones.
Do you get your balls waxed?
That would be wild.
That would be.
If he's like, we're finally filling the Artie chair. Finally, after a decade and a half, we have someone coming in to fill Artie Lang's seat, and that man is stuttering John Melendez.
So it was immediate applause. As soon as you said, I'm coming back, it was like NASA, with papers in the air, people clapping.
Oh, poor Gary.
That's the announcement.
Poor Gary.
3 more years.
Throwing papers in the air. Or it's like, hey, has this asshole decided what's happening with our lives yet? And listen, Howard has earned the right to take as much time as he wants to make this decision, whatever. But if you're working for Howard, I don't imagine every 5 years, or in this case, 3 years now, you wait to find out if you still have a job in 2 weeks.
Just like Opie.
Just like Opie. Well, I think, I don't know if it's exactly a chicken and the egg argument there. I think Opie was taking something out of Howard's playbook. But these people are waiting to find out if they have a job post-Christmas. And Howard takes his sweet time, and then when he says, hey, I'm coming back, it's like NASA. People are like, wow, oh my God, man has landed on the moon.
Thank goodness.
People are mystified at this life-changing thing. No, I'm sure a lot of them are like, oh, thank Christ. I don't have to find a new job now.
Hellraiser 6912, $5. I have Sirius XM, and I don't listen to Howard. Crackle, crackle.
Hey, shut out the bonfire. Yeah, that's the thing is like they use these numbers and they're like, well, there's 30 million. Every time they sign someone, they're like, there's 30 million people listening. It's like, so everyone organize. All right, we're going to shift over to Call Her Daddy now. All right, we're moving back to Smartless.
I bet more people listen to Call Her Daddy.
I would. Oh, what are you? Not way more people listen to Call Her Daddy.
On Sirius, I'm saying.
On Sirius, I don't know the setup. Does she have a channel now?
I think so.
I think she does, right?
Yeah, and you don't need like an extra subscription to listen to it.
Right. Yeah. What I assume, because it's always they didn't announce the money, right? They just said a 3-year deal.
Yeah, so it's terrible for him.
Boy, that's unusual. I'm sure it's way more money per year, and Howard just was humble about it.
Yeah, totally.
It's got to be a decrease in money, and that makes sense to me. I don't understand how Howard's catalog is valuable if you cannot play
the good stuff.
If you can't play virtually anything with Artie Lang. Honestly, we goof on the guy, but you can't play any Stuttering John stuff ever. which I understand the mandate after he sued them.
Right.
It's just a fuck you to John at this point. But like, you can't play any of that old stuff. Any of the good old stuff you cannot play. How is his catalog worth anything? Now, if the response that I got on Twitter is real, and this is a small sample size, I'm not saying I was, inundated with millions of tweets, but it's a small sample size, but it's still something that tells me if that's real, Howard has fans out there that are dedicated to the show. That would tremendously surprise me. Because if I tweet out right now, Theo Vaughn's podcast is dead, I'm not going to get much of it. People will be like, oh, you're an idiot. But I won't get the response that I got talking about Howard. You know what I mean?
You have to go at like Taylor Swift or something.
Yeah. Like, does Howard have this beehive of fans that you can knock over? This fucking hornet's nest?
I think so.
It would really surprise me because I would think the diehard fans that are going to do that left with Artie Lang, essentially, Yeah,
definitely.
So I don't know. I don't understand the business model of keeping Howard. They've never done a good job at explaining it. And I don't get, is that clip done, by the way? Was there more to that?
It was like 2 seconds left.
Okay. I don't get the idea that Howard is like, and we're not changing anything. Although maybe there's less of me.
One less day in 4 less hours.
What would be really interesting, especially based on the model SiriusXM is going with, is if Howard announced, in addition, I'm only doing 2 days a week now, or I'm doing whatever the show is. That's how often I'm doing it. But I'm also doing an interview style show like Letterman does on Netflix. That's been speculated for years that Howard's going to do this interview show. If he announced that and they're going to put it out for free, the way they do, you'll get it first on Sirius, but you can subscribe to a podcast feed, and that's how Howard's doing it. That would actually be really big news. And Howard is always looking to make a splash, and he never fucking does it. He's like, no, I'm going to.
Is the people that want to listen to him want to hear him tear the people he's interviewing apart, not be like, what was your childhood like?
Well, I don't even know if that's true. Because we did that episode about Jim Carrey, and we had a good amount of Howard Stern clips. Jim Carrey talking to Howard Stern. And he's being respectful to Jim Carrey, but he's also being funny. And he's talking about Jim Carrey's trauma. In the clips we play in that episode, Jim's talking about growing up poor and living in a van, or living in his parents' car, or whatever the fuck he was doing. And they all had this job as janitors when he was very young. And he's talking about this, and Fred is playing like mock sad music behind him, and they're laughing and having a good time. So Howard can be that interviewer and still be funny about it.
Could.
But instead now he has celebrities on, and he's just like, aren't you fucking miserable? And they're like, no. And he's like, come on. You're miserable, right? You hate your father? And they're like, I mean, I have my problems with the guy, I guess. I'm fine. And Howard's like, nah, I don't know. I think you have trauma that you're not talking about. It's like, what is this?
Did you visit a Flyers press box by any chance?
Yeah, and that's the other thing is like, maybe it's a lot of credit to what Jackie did there for all those years, or whoever else was writing for Howard. But like, I think if Howard played that clip, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be funny. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be interesting if Howard goofed on stuff going on in the media right now, because I don't think he has that muscle anymore. He's lost it completely. And to be fair to Howard, he's fucking 71. Yeah. If he's lost a step or two, that's not that crazy.
Does he need more money? Like, he doesn't seem to be enjoying doing it.
That's what I never understand. I don't know why SiriusXM would want him there for that amount of money, and Howard seems to hate it. So what is this agreement they keep locking into? I don't get it.
Adam M, $5. I quit listening when it became all about COVID. I would absolutely resubscribe if Stutcho was a co-host.
I'm amazed. Well, as would I. I'm amazed because Carl says that too. Carl said he listened into COVID, and then it got to be too much COVID talk. I'm amazed by how many people got to that point.
Yeah.
So that tells you, like, maybe I'm just wrong about that. I'm amazed by the amount of people that say, like, yeah, I listened until 2020. I can't fathom that.
Well,
Yeah,
at some point,
getting through 10 years without Artie on that show. And it wasn't bad right away, certainly. But like listening after the Pelican brief and you hear him say, like, I want to get all these celebrities on. I can't imagine listening through that era.
well, a lot of it too, though, is like, this is what I've done for 20 years. Like listening to it.
Routine, you're saying.
Yeah. And then
You
they
get locked in the routine.
Yeah, and then it just got to the point where they're like, I'll listen to nothing over this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was that way with sitcoms where it's like, even once they jump the show, I'm like, well, this is the show I watch. So I'm just going to keep going. I had to get to the end of The Office, you know? I'm like, it's just what I do. I watch this every week.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I understand that to a degree, I suppose. But yeah, that's our Howard Stern update, I guess.
Where would you like to go next?
We have so many topics. You want to get through this Jerry stuff? I found Jerry interesting on We Might Be Drunk.
I'm curious your take on this.
I've had my problems with Jerry. You know, Jerry annoys me at times. I loved this episode.
It was great.
I loved it. I thought it was perfect Jerry.
Yeah.
Where he could be a little shitty at times. We're going to play clips where he gives him attitude and stuff. But I love Jerry. And I thought it was a really cool, as a Mark Norman fan, I've listened to Tuesdays with Stories for 10 years.
Oh my God. The Joe List suicide watch comments underneath the video were so funny. So funny.
I know. But like, as a guy who's listened to that show forever, Mark getting that opportunity and being friends with Seinfeld, there's literally a point where Jerry's talking about like guys who are passionate about joke writing and great joke writers. And Jerry goes, and there's three of them sitting right here. Like, that moment for Sam and Mark is cool to me. I'm sure that makes me a gay loser, but
absolutely, but I agree.
yeah. But like watching those guys come up, moments like that are cool. Lewis, he's got to be gone by now, but if he's still in the chat, he talks about this all the time, where he's like, if you listen to these podcasts, you watch these guys grow up, where they were like living on people's couches and had no money back in the day, and now a lot of them are fucking multi-millionaires.
Right.
You know what I mean? So watching that rise is kind of cool. I think it's why people love Shane so much. Where when Shane got canceled, he was living in just a shithole apartment. Like, he had nothing. And now he's playing, what is it? 80,000 people are going to be in that fucking Lincoln Financial.
Is that where he's doing? Wow. No,
Yeah. He's doing Lincoln Financial, and they're packing it out. He's doing the round. I guess Kevin Hart did it like on one side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shane's doing it in the round, so they're going to fit way more people in there.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
Shane is CIA. That might be the only way to explain it.
Right? But let's get into this Jerry stuff. I loved Jerry on this podcast. I think it was the perfect version of Jerry. You got the Jerry attitude, but not too much. And he just loves talking comedy, which he did a lot of with these guys. So let's hear some of it.
Yeah.
What was the other one? You had
I got a couple of these. I've been making a list. I'm checking it twice. The burger at a diner, it used to come with, a pickle, lettuce, and a tomato. Now that's deluxe. Now it's a deluxe burger. So you have to order more or pay more.
Oh, boy. Things are tough for Mark.
I'm not done.
He got this from you. He got to complaining. We both watched you growing up, and we're like, it's okay to complain.
Yes, it is okay.
How about,
It's,
how about the hotel? The check-in now is at 4. 4, and then the checkout is at 11. So the window is getting smaller, but the price is going up.
Yeah, you're paying for what? 17 hours?
Yes,
20 hours.
if you're lucky.
Seinfeld
is
loves
he
this
doing
one.
me? Is he trying to do
15 years.
He's been doing you for 15 years. It's such a great moment as a Norman fan, where people have called him a Seinfeld ripoff forever. Him doing Seinfeld to Seinfeld is such a great moment.
It is.
And Jerry, again, was like playful with it, but was Seinfeld, where he's like, is he doing me? What is he doing?
Mark would have been a great character on the show.
It's also funny, and I can't get through this without bashing Seinfeld's material. Like, Norman's a better observational comedian than Seinfeld, I think.
Don't do that.
I think he is.
Don't do that.
And for Jerry to look down his nose at Mark and go, I mean, what is this?
Well, Norman might not be, but DePaulo sure is.
I love this too. I was so glad to hear Jerry give Nick DiPaolo credit. You don't hear Nick DiPaolo's name mentioned enough.
No, you don't.
Like he is like one of the great comedians. And I think because he's just kind of gone down into a bunker in Georgia and is talking politics.
Politics have broke him for sure.
A little bit, but he's still funny.
He's still funny, but
yeah.
He only talks about one thing.
He like Cumia, like they're both still funny, but they are obsessed with this thing that I think a lot of their audience ultimately don't give a fuck about. So it's why you don't see them around as much or hear their names as often. So I love that Jerry shouted out Nick DiPaolo, and again, I think this might be one of Jerry's best lines ever. So credit to Nick DiPaolo.
I was given a line by Nick DiPaolo. And you know, when someone gives you a line, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Especially when it works.
When it works.
And isn't it true that whenever you do the line, there's a little bubble with their face in it?
Yes.
In your head, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see that person. Well, this is the greatest line I've ever been given. And it's a really good line, but he should have the credit because he gave it to me.
He's told me.
You know the line.
I know the line.
The coffin and the eulogy. The number one fear is speaking in front of people. Number two is death. And I don't remember what I had. I don't.
Which does it hurt you? Does it sting a little that you didn't come up with it though?
No, a little.
It was your premise, though.
Yeah, but so he gave me. You know, that means if you're going to a funeral, you'd rather be in the coffin than doing the eulogy.
It's a great line.
Yeah, it's a great.
That's
line.
great. That is.
I mean, it makes the joke. It's why that joke is funny. It's
right.
amazing. And to Jerry's credit, he's like, I don't know what I had before that, which I can't even imagine what the joke was before that because it's such a perfect line. I think it's the best joke because they use that on an episode of Seinfeld. I think it's the best stand-up joke in Seinfeld of Jerry doing stand-up. I think that might be the best joke. So I just liked hearing DiPaolo's name and Jerry give him credit because you don't hear that enough anymore.
Now I'm stunned by the title of this next clip coming from you. It's Cunty Jerry.
This is where you're like, fucking relax, Jer. Let your hand. Why do you have to be so serious all the time?
Yeah, that's true. That's why you got to tape 2 with the special.
Oh, at least.
At least. I did 3.
I taped 4 and I wasn't happy with any.
I'm doing 2 this time, and I'm
Whoa.
like, I wonder if it's a mistake. This last one was 4 too. I don't know.
I would do 4.
I just did 3.
I mean,
we got on the 3rd. Yeah.
Oh, 3 is good.
3 was good, but I'm glad I did 3.
Now, do you guys? I hear about these guys that they do these specials, and they what? You know what I'm going to say? You don't know.
Every 10 minutes? Every
No.
2 years?
What? Wait,
What?
Do a special every 2 years?
I was at the third word of the sentence.
All
It's
right,
like,
I thought I had it.
That's a peeve.
name that tune. And, do you guys not?
All the Mark did was nod. Jerry has to stop him.
No.
Hey, I was at the third. Well, why are you doing that to me? Relax. Do you have to be so Seinfeldy all the time, Jerry?
To be fair, Normand was like out of his chair pointing at Morel.
Vigorously? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
All right,
wasn't.
all right. I'll lay off Jerry on that one. I'm sorry, Jerry.
Come on, give him credit for going on the show.
I give him a lot of credit for going on. I love that he went on. Like I said, I loved this episode. I thought it was a great episode.
You're like, no, this episode was great, but he wasn't funny at all. He kind of brought the whole episode down.
He was good. He was good. It's the best I've heard Jerry on a podcast. I think, unless you count that talking funny thing.
Yeah.
This was my favorite version of Jerry.
Next, I'm going to talk about Carlin.
This was also interesting to hear him say because Jerry's a Carlin guy. They talk about it on the show. He basically wrote the obituary in the New York Times for George Carlin. So I liked hearing him say that. Like, you get insightful stuff from Jerry that I wasn't necessarily expecting.
You know?
Yeah, that was one of the few things I didn't like about Carlin. I'm a huge fan. I know all his stuff, but I thought he got a little self-indulgent, and he was like, "This is for me, not you." And you're like, "No, they're still here. You need them to be here. It's for them a little." I don't like that attitude.
It's all for them.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I didn't like it either. But whatever.
The last special was good. The last special was really good. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Jerry to be like, yeah, I don't like that. And they talk about Carlin a little more, right? That's the next clip.
Yep.
So I like that Jerry was honest about that stuff, where it's like this guy he likes and respects, but he's like, that's fucking crazy. It's all for them. So that's where I do have to take the cunty Jerry. I have to be better about accepting that. Like, that's the only way you get good Jerry when he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it comes from a place that Dave Chappelle hates.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Hey, what are you doing? We didn't kill 204. Those numbers are inflated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I saw him once live, and boy, did he flip out on the crowd.
Really?
Yeah.
Mississippi, didn't you?
I saw him in a casino in Mississippi.
Wow.
That's all I could afford.
Oh man,
Not
the
the
poor
ways.
guy. Imagine what he'd be today if you could just change the. If we could crack the time tunnel, you know, because he was very frustrated. Because in his day, which was also my day, if you're just a comic, you kind of didn't make it.
Right.
You know, and now there's no such thing as that. If you're a successful comic, you're as big as anybody.
He wanted to act, right? I mean, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Danny Kaye was his hero. Apparently.
Okay. You're not Danny Kaye.
No, but he wanted.
You got to be who you. Yeah.
Those
But you
dumb
got
limericks.
this gift.
Yeah.
You got this gift, but it wasn't that big a deal. It was a little. You were kind of an upscale carny.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those people, he needed it. A lot of these guys who quit, they don't need it. Carlin did it till he dropped dead. So did Rickles and Rodney. They needed stand up.
Right.
I just loved it because everything you ever look into with Carlin, they're like, he wanted to be Danny Kaye. They use that reference every single time. And I just loved hearing Jerry go, "You're not Danny Kaye. I'm sorry, George. You're a stand-up."
Next we got a zinger.
Oh, this might be kind of a Rogan moment where Mark gets shot down. If I'm thinking of the right one, let's hear it.
No, Rogan moment.
Oh, the Rogan moment is coming up.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I know what this is. This is Jerry commenting on another hit podcast, I believe. Let me hear it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good. Okay. All right. We'll play it and then we'll talk.
It was the thing. But the fun thing was then Rodney and I became friends after that. He loved young guys.
Yeah.
He loved them. And
you were trying so hard to slip in a Kevin Spacey.
I was thinking of a Kevin Spacey joke there. I held my tongue. Boy, you know me well.
You need the Kill Tony sunglasses.
Those are my
I
powers.
want to really be here, sunglasses.
Was Rodney? What was he?
I love that he's slamming Kill Tony. Not
No,
really
no.
slamming them.
So
but
no, he was slamming Mark Normand.
yeah, like the idea that he knows any of that he knows. Just the idea that Jerry knows Kill Tony is funny to me. I get how big it is, but like that's funny. And the idea that he knows Norman wears the glasses on the podcast. You need your cool guy glasses. I think he calls them the I don't really want to be here glasses.
Well, because he usually goes on after Rogan where he's all fucked up, so he puts on glasses so people don't see it.
Just the idea of Jerry knowing that. Now, what's interesting is I would think Jerry would look down his nose at Kill Tony. And I think a lot of people took that as how he meant it. Like him shitting on Kill Tony. On Tuesdays with Stories, Norman is talking to List, and he said he talked to Jerry after about. He goes, "Would you ever do that, Kill Tony?" And Jerry goes, "If I don't want to go to Austin, maybe if it was in New York or something like that." Jerry on Kill Tony would be wild.
It'd be awesome.
It would be so great because I think he'd shit on Tony the whole time, which Tony needs.
He'd shit on everybody.
You just bring up retards up here to fuck with him.
But
I
like,
don't understand it.
but like he would be like, you know, when Shane was Trump and he was like, not good.
Yeah,
that would be Jerry, but like for real, like yeah, that wasn't very good.
I think so, but I think his focus would be more Tony because I don't know if Jerry would just shit on open micers the entire time. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think he would.
I think it would be more like when Burr went on when Jerry's like, these people are trying. What are you doing to them?
Yeah, it might be a mix.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to watch that.
Yeah, that'd be unbelievable. And I guarantee you, he definitely knows now, Tony Hinchcliffe will make that happen.
What would his intro be for? Because everyone is the greatest comedian of all time. What could his intro possibly be for Jerry?
The reason any of us are here.
You'll have to go to other galaxies to find a better comedian. Like, you can't hype everyone up and then introduce Jerry Seinfeld.
He could literally be introduced as maybe the most important figure in comedy history.
Yeah, which is not a crazy.
I think that's true.
I don't think he's anywhere near the best comedian ever, but important figure. That's not a crazy argument.
I think you're gonna. It's gonna be hard to find someone who is more, laid the groundwork for several hundred people.
And what that show did, getting people into comedy.
Right.
The idea that it opened every week with stand-up, because like they're talking about in that Carlin clip, it was not a respected art form.
Mm-mm.
Like George Carlin was revered as like one of the best, and he got to go on the Tonight Show, and people were like, "Oh, he's one of the best stand-ups ever." It was like being a circus act, No one really gave a fuck.
And a lot of times the stand-up clips are never in theaters. It was usually in like a quarter full Dangerfields or something.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like it was not anywhere close to what it is today, and the way it is today is in large part because of Jerry Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm. Next we have the Rogan moment.
Okay, yeah, this is more of a like. There's a lot of these guys, and Jerry is one of them too, where it's like Jerry's always thinking jokes. He's always talking comedy, thinking jokes. But it is funny, like, when he gets in a serious mode. Mark Norman is the antithesis of a lot of these guys, where like when they're talking serious, they can't compute Mark Norman. It doesn't make sense to them for some reason.
He'll do like a stand-up segment.
Now, again, we just want to get into this.
Bring it on.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, no, what? Come on.
We talk about the
you see there, he's like
challenge.
He's almost like, should I say this? Like he's about to drop something controversial.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand the story he's about to tell. I'm not sure why he contemplated whether or not he should say it. So we have to sit through that for a minute, and then we'll we'll get back to Norman.
Comedy.
Yes.
Which I don't think people think about. When I think about some of the really funny people, funniest that I've ever seen, Michael Richards or Sid Caesar. I've heard a lot of people talking about these guys like are
credit
crazy.
to Norman, by the way. He threw it out and didn't stop. There was no acknowledgement of it. Jerry didn't say it anything. He made a Michael Richards N-word joke. And Jerry, I don't know if he just breezed by it, was like, I'm not touching that, whatever. But he did make a Michael Richards joke to Jerry.
Strong guys, physically strong. And everybody's pretty strong when they're young.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the things that will destroy your comedy is when you don't have any physical strength. It's because there's an energy. Comedy is a concentration of energy on a point. It's like a dense moment of energy. A punchline is like a punch. It's like throwing a punch.
I think you were right.
And it takes energy to do it. So I think what happens to comedy, a lot of comedy people as they age, they just don't physically have the juice,
Yeah, I think you were right not to bring this up. No.
Why?
No, I'm just kidding. But
I mean,
what do you mean? Why? Why do you say that? By the way, this Bodega Cat is terrible.
I love Buffalo Trace.
Jamie, pull up aliens.
Do you know how strong chimpanzees are?
Norman can't get into a zinger to any of these guys. What do you mean?
Jerry's never been spoken to like that ever, though.
I love that he did it because I'm sure obviously Norman was nervous. You can tell they get more comfortable as the episode goes on, whatever. But like, this is Norman's guy. It's clear to anyone who ever listens to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's his idol, and he's getting in zingers with him, and it warms your heart to see it. It's nice.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It really is.
When you sent this, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
I was excited. I heard them mention it a couple weeks ago. They were like, we're getting Jerry on the podcast. I thought they were like fucking around, but
this is the last clip from this. It's one more shot.
Oh, there's one under it. You didn't see that? Oh boy. I added one.
Did you? Hold on.
Ozo. It's
Hold on.
We're gonna need that. But you could, while you're looking for that, you want to play this clip?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be able to get it. No worries.
I say it's a separate message. It's right underneath.
Okay.
Stamp, yeah.
Nobody talked about where do you want to live? Talk about that. Do you want to have kids? How many? What religion?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm putting it out there sooner and sooner in these.
That's what I did
Oh yeah,
too.
I'm like, just so you know, I'm dying on this island or hotel room.
really?
It's out there.
That's really good. I
Yeah.
never thought of that.
Could
I never had that problem, but
Yeah.
I could never leave this island either.
Yeah.
Epstein said the same thing.
Kill Tony lost another. Kill Tony. Where are the shades? Can I get more shades in here, please?
I just love that he knows the style of Kill Tony. That he's like, oh, that's a Kill Tony joke.
I think he really wants to do Kill Tony.
He's got to get on there.
I think he wants to do it.
Why is this William Montgomery coming at me? I don't understand. Never did anything to him. Why is he being nasty to me?
What did I do?
Did you find what I was talking about?
Yeah, I'll be able to. Just give me 1 second.
Okay. This is the strangest moment on the podcast, maybe ever. It's weird to watch this, where Mark Normand knows more about Jerry's life than Jerry. And what's even crazier to me personally about it is this podcast came out this past Monday. 2 days before, for whatever reason, pop up an episode of Seinfeld, as I often do. And it's the episode where George runs out of there's a fire and George runs out and pushes over the women and children.
Classic.
Yeah, a great episode. And he gets it's with the episode that Favreau is in as Eric the Clown. And they get into that argument about Bozo. The episode starts with a joke that Mark and Sam have referenced on the podcast before. They just referenced it recently, so it stood out to me. They think it's one of Jerry's best jokes. And this is Mark Normand. I feel like I've vamped enough.
Yep.
This is Mark Normand referencing that joke to Jerry. And here's the weird thing is like when Mark says it, I know it exists, which makes this reaction so wild.
That and Bozo the Clown. Those are my two big ones.
Bozo the Clown.
Bozo. Does he need the clown?
That's not me.
I think that's you.
No.
That's you.
I'm pretty sure it's you.
Does he need the clown? Is that Bozo the district attorney? Bozo
Yeah, that
the
was
Pope?
definitely you.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't ring a bell.
I remember that.
Wow.
Man.
The clown. That's pretty.
It's a good
That's
bit.
credible.
Yeah.
That's so great. And by the way, it's very Seinfeldy for Sam and Mark to be like, that's you. That's you, Jerry. It's not me. I don't know, Bozo.
That'd be like a new episode of Seinfeld came back. Jerry's got so many jokes he forgets them.
And Jerry's laughing. He's like, that's pretty good.
Been doing it so long, he's forgetting.
I know.
Bits of his.
The clown.
Bozo the district
I
attorney.
never said that.
Pull it up.
That's
You can
funny.
find that. He said
That's a funny line.
it was on you used it on the opening of the TV show at one point. Because you did a clown episode with George.
Yep,
Remember
there it
that?
is.
With
who cares?
All
Who
right.
cares? It
So,
doesn't matter.
Mark's like, all right, I brought up the TV show. I shouldn't have done that. Fuck.
Fuck.
What's crazy is I knew it happened. I knew Seinfeld well enough to know it happened, but I just saw the episode 2 days before this came out. It was crazy.
That's so funny.
Now, Joe List did have a good theory. He said, I think some of those stand-up bits, at a certain point, Jerry didn't have a material to go with every single episode they did. So at some point, Jerry was given certain stand-up by the writers. Like the writers would write a bit, and Jerry would just do it on stage.
I don't know if he would do that though.
I'd be a little surprised. It's the only thing that makes sense because Jerry knows his material. He's so meticulous about his material.
That's true.
And he didn't say, I don't really remember that. He goes, that's not me.
I didn't do that.
I never said that, which he did say it. We've heard him say it. That's the crazy thing is he didn't remember even saying it. But yeah, I thought if you're a comedy nerd, I think that was a great episode. Nothing sensational came out of it or anything like that, but like just a great raw episode. If you like Seinfeld, you like comedy, whatever, it was a great episode.
Got a couple super chats. Freeman, $5. DePaulo has eased up on the politics, you dunces. Has he?
Why does that make me a dunce? I wasn't yelling at him.
I wasn't either. I was just saying it's unfortunate.
Sorry. He never talks politics then.
And Colostomy Stephen Cunt, $5. Let's get Craigie.
Yeah, well, we've been getting Craigie all day.
That's right. Where would you like to go next?
What do we have? Oh, let's talk Bobby Lee. It's a quick one. Let's get into Bobby Lee. This was sad. And who is this guy? Zach Justice?
I have no idea, but what an asshole.
Zach Justice sounds like a rejected Marvel character. Zach Justice. I guess he's a big social media. He's big on like TikTok and stuff, and he's done a few different podcasts. I don't know if he has like a great relationship with Bobby. I've seen they've done each other's podcasts and stuff, so they obviously know each other. This is just a dick move to bring this up. I guess I'm glad as a podcast fan, I'm glad he did it. But I would imagine Bobby would not enjoy the way this was broached. And this Zach Justice guy kind of does it like a pussy, which was like he brings it up and just throws it in Bobby's face and then kind of backs away from it, which we'll play. But as you guys know, Kalila was ultimately kind of terrible to Bobby Lee. And Bobby just puts up with it. I don't pretend to know what their home life was like or what their relationship is like now or anything like that.
He cheated on him and he just took it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what kind of arrangement they had or whatever, but it seems like she was pretty terrible to Bobby. And then like right after they broke up, she had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And you see less. That podcast is in a weird state where like it's Bobby most weeks. Like Kalila is not on most. It's just Bobby most weeks. And then you'll get to an ad and it's him and Kalila. You're like, what the fuck is this?
She has like on paper ownership of this podcast.
I know it's weird. Like she's an owner, and I think Bobby just tells her to stay home for the episodes or something.
That's smart.
I don't know enough about the Tiger Belly lore. I'm sure people will update us in the let us know in the comments what we're missing about their relationship. But it is pretty weird. Probably a smart move of Bobby to ease up having her on the podcast because I think people really started to hate her. But this is Zach Justice. Again, as a fan of podcasts, I like him bringing up this moment, but it is kind of a dick move to Bobby.
Yeah. We met here, right? Yeah.
Oh, you've been on this for a while.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
He wasn't here when I was here last time.
No, I was in.
Things got shaken up.
No, sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. But he's mostly here.
Mm. Does it hurt you that your co-host had a baby with someone else?
What? No, hold on. That's very funny if you have a relationship with Bobby where you can do that.
Right.
I don't think this guy does based on listen to how this turns. So we're gonna like they're goofing on him for this clip, and then listen to what this coward Zach Justice does the rest of the episode.
It would hurt me. What? I'm just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, no.
That's
when she first told me, it was a little rattling. I cried, but when I met the baby, especially, I got it.
Yeah,
I got
it. Well, just coping. I love the baby. Hello, baby.
This poor bastard.
I know that's what I mean. It's coping. I understand why he's doing. Like you have to rationalize that in order to live your life. I mean, to me, someone that did that to me would be out of my life, but they wouldn't. But I guess Bobby's in a weird thing where she's his business partner, and I don't know why he feels like she is owed that, or maybe she just has such an ironclad contract.
That's what I think it is. And
how could that be? How could there be no way where they can ever part ways? That can't be.
He would have to buy her out, and she's probably refusing.
Right.
Is the only thing I could think of.
I guess. But no, there's got to be more to it because fucking Kalila's niece is there still. Jules is like Kalila's actual family, and she's on this show and Bad Friends. So I don't know. There's more to it that we just don't know about their relationship, obviously, where he feels indebted to her for life, or he's just a simp or something.
One day he'll snap and the truth will come out.
That's the thing about Bobby is like he's a very earnest guy on these he's very vulnerable and honest, and like he talks pretty openly. And I guess there have been instances where he's given Kalila the business. Like he has said, like, this is my podcast and things like that. Like he has kind of lost it here and there, and revealed some truths about the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
He never fully unloads, which maybe he will one day, or maybe maybe they're tight, like they're soulmates on some weird level. But
I think he still loves her, which is obvious, and he doesn't want to drag her. But if she's on one of the shows and says something that sets him off, he will go into it.
Yeah. And what I will say, as we're talking about this, it's very, when Craig said, I think he still loves her, it made me think like we're covering some horrible reality TV show. there are people out there that'll be like, oh, these guys get too invested in their lives. They put it out there. They, for 10 years, were like, we're a couple. We're talking about our relationship. We're giving very intimate details, all that. Then Kalila went and did something shitty and publicly. And like, I think we're allowed to comment on that stuff. So like Zach Justice is also allowed to bring it up. But listen to what he does after that really annoyed me and made me feel bad for Bobby.
The kid.
Yeah. Do you get along well with...
Yeah. He's the sweetest man I've ever met. He really is. I can't think of anything negative to say about him. He's been over to the house to help me fix stuff.
Oh, that's gotta be like debilitating.
Yeah, because I'm not a hands-on like.
That's what I'm saying. It's oh,
I agree with this Jack Justice, by the way. That's got to be. Oh my god.
I mean, I can't really get mad at this guy because I'm glad he's saying it.
Well, but listen, the next clips are where you might agree with me in my annoyance of this guy. I'm annoyed that he's doing it. Kind of like he's doing it for shock value. He's doing it so all these like clip channels talk about him and everything. That's why he brought it up. Hey, does it annoy you that your co-host had a baby with another guy? Like he did it shittily, and watch how he tries to walk it back and make it like a therapy session.
It's something.
Well, I think he said it and went, "Whoops, I shouldn't have done that."
That could also be true. That could also be true.
Not, and I've always known that about myself. I'm aloof and kind of weird.
Do you want children?
I don't think it's going to happen for me, to be honest with you.
No.
Okay, so when you brought that up, right, the show got weird. And now we're going into weird, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
He's writing it down.
Yeah.
You got a new page for this?
Yeah. No, I know that's a part of your thing, but why do you do that?
No, that wasn't.
No, let's dive into you, Zach, and why you do that.
Well, that was
you say confrontational thing.
That's not confrontational. That was a genuine question that I actually had. That's a deep question. I
believe that.
Deep into it.
Not the way he did it.
Yeah, that's like let me ask when the cameras aren't on.
He was being purposely. There's a way to approach that question that he chose not to do. He was being a dick on purpose, which again, I like it. I don't mind it. It's funny. And I don't think it's over the line. I think Bobby would do that to someone else. You know what I mean? In the same situation, Bobby would bring up a subject like that.
How could you, if you're Bobby though, how could you be like, hey, Kalila, your baby dad, can you come fix my fucking toilet? Like
that's where I agree with this guy. It's got to be fucking debilitating.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, can he come? I'm having car troubles. Can he come help me out?
And it's Kalila feeling awful for what she did, trying to make up for it.
It's a weird situation altogether.
Derailed by a little ET talk in the middle, but
yeah.
How are you feeling?
I feel for the first time in my life, I have a lot going on, but they're good things.
So you might be right. I was looking at it like, oh, this smug piece of shit did this intentionally. Mm-hmm. You might be right. Where he did it, he saw Bobby's reaction. He was like, fuck. He's not. Yeah. I didn't mean to fuck with. You might be right, and that might explain the next clip that annoyed me.
Serious questions.
Yeah. So this is where it's like, oh well, then let's turn it into a therapy. Let me show you what a good guy I am. But you might be onto something.
Initial getting off or the initial getting sober, I guess, what are those tips and tricks that you give? Not tips and tricks, but like how do you guide someone through that, like the withdrawals of the initial?
Well, I mean, everyone has a different view on how to get sober, right? I can only share my experience. And my experience is through 12-step groups and hitting meetings hard, getting a sponsor, doing service work, and that sort of that way.
Do you feel like when you have a community, you have a less chance of letting them down, or is that a big part of it?
So like that annoyed me where you can't come in and go, hey, how do you feel about your co-host fucking another guy, huh?
Judging by his face, I think he went, I shouldn't have.
And I go, tell me some tricks to staying sober. Come on, that would be like fucking Matan Evan having a change and just going, how do you handle depression? He can't fucking do that after you try and sandbag the guy. But you might be right. He might have gone, fuck, I crossed the line. Let me try and have a serious conversation with him.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah. But God, you feel bad for Bobby in that moment, especially when he says the guy comes over and fixes things for me.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Here you go, champ. Gives Bobby a lollipop.
An oversized one. And a pinwheel hat.
Yeah, so it's a weird state of affairs over at Tiger Belly. We check in on them rarely, but once in a while, and it's always strange when that stuff comes up.
Boy, is it.
Yeah. What do we have left? Do we just have Whitney and Schaub left, or am I forgetting something?
That's right.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Whitney first then.
Okay.
So Whitney Cummings, this is a brain that does not function as well as Dave Chappelle's. You know, Chappelle, you can argue some of the stuff he did when he responded to Riyadh. Whitney is unraveling still to this day.
Looks like she's riddled with
well
the
said.
worst cancer of all time. Like, I don't know how to describe this. She looks terrible.
Yeah, well, she sounds even worse. She is spiraling and she's grasping at straws and looking for things to do. So I saw this rant going around that she goes after people in the Rogan sphere. And I said, well, it might be worth checking out the rest of this episode because maybe she continues to sound insane. And I was correct. So that's her new thing is she's like, how do I win these people back? I'm a Rogan girl. You know, I'll talk about fucking vaccines and elk meat, and I'll be that person. Her show, what she really wants to be is Tim Dillon.
Yes.
She just doesn't have any of the brain power. Like she's not nearly as smart or funny as Tim Dillon. And that's not even a criticism to Whitney, by the way. I think Tim Dillon is the best at what he does. Like, he's amazing at that. Just these like political rants that he goes on and keeping them funny. It really is incredible, like what Tim Dillon's been able to do for as long as he has on basically a solo show. Whitney wants to do that as well, and she's not capable of it. So let's hear where do we start here?
This is the first special.
Oh
no, sorry, thumbnails.
Okay, thank you.
I got the.
I suspected you might. Yeah.
It's thumbnails.
Yeah, so this is the rant she's going on is about something she's doing, by the way. So this show starts and she's like taking pictures for her thumbnails. Thumbnails are always a very important part of the show, I say. You know, if you have a good thumbnail, that's how I know the show is going to be good.
You know what? Thumbnails make or break channels for sure.
It's the only way you know the show is going to be entertaining is if they have good thumbnails. And what Whitney is doing is feeding into that exact argument and then completely backtracking on it and making it seem like she's the cool one that doesn't do that.
Give me a thumbnail pose right off the top. So we're nice.
That's the most apocalyptic. Can you leave that in? I just want everyone to know that I don't know how to say it. Like, if you think that podcasters and influencers and whatever are soulless, just gentle suggestions of what humanity used to look like, just know that if saying smash the like button, like subscribe, like we're not even saying like I hope you like me, we're like smash it please. But there's also a moment before every podcast where you have to like do the thumbnail. You have to smile.
You're doing it.
And
hey, idiot. You're doing it. Don't talk down about these people that are doing that. We saw you doing it. Like, and it's her being like, oh my God, can you believe I'm doing this? Yes. We all assumed you would do that, and you are. It's not that crazy.
We are watching it unfold.
She's like, but she's doing it in a way where she's like, leave that in. Like, I'm being honest about the. No, you just wanted to go on this little rant to make yourself seem interesting.
I'm going to be fully transparent. I do.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to be fully transparent. That's exactly right. And like I said, she doesn't have, and this is not shitting on her. It's just not her wheelhouse. She doesn't have the capacity to make the argument she's trying to make. Where she's like, if you think we're saying like, smash it. She's trying to do this introspective Bo Burnham thing.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I'm commenting on the thing I'm doing. But she's not able to do it in any artistic or interesting way.
I do it, like a little bit of my soul, what is left of my soul does like eke out of
It could
my,
be worse.
could it?
Yeah.
How so?
You could have the
Like 5,000 piranhas. Like I could be like over a pool of piranhas.
you're being attacked and you're like, really
Oh, you mean you could be
exaggerating.
like trying to get me to like do that's happened. Sometimes I'll go on podcasts and they'll be like, so just be surprised. And I'm like, I'm like, I can be shocked and disgusted at how you are trying to wrestle my dignity away from me.
Did you do it though, Whitney?
I think it would be great if she had a thumbnail that was, I don't know, the Saudi government pointing guns at her and she was had like a Home Alone face. That would be pretty good.
Whitney, can we find an episode of you as a guest on a podcast where you're making the oath? Oh my God. Don't do it and then shit on it. And then apply those rules to your podcast and shit on it. You know what I mean? Like you were doing it for your show. We got a comment the other day. Someone was shitting, or yesterday, I think. Someone was shitting on the thumbnail. And I just said, like, if you're worried about the thumbnail, I'm not sure you give a fuck about the actual show.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, do I want the thumbnails to be good and eye-catching? Sure, yes. It helps people find the show. That's terrific.
They always have been.
But if your main takeaway from the show is, boy, the thumbnail's not that great, I'm not doing anything interesting then. You don't give a fuck about what any of this is. If your main takeaway after watching it is, I don't love these thumbnails. Like it's not what podcasting was supposed to ever be, was worrying about the scenery.
You know, I want to hear about Bill Burr and Saudi, but the thumbnail's not really.
The image that they used was a little fuzzy. I don't know if this guy's gonna have anything interesting to say.
I'm capable of right now. Like, because also, this doesn't represent what happened. Sorry, I just missed the table. This should always be on my pose. No, we talked about the host depression for an hour and a half.
What do you mean? No, you were just doing it. She's like, I'm rebelling against the thing that 18 seconds ago I was participating in.
Right.
When they asked me to do it, I was like, no, I'm only a phony on my podcast.
Blind Mike has the best thumbnails in the game from HACKRIDE.
I had a feeling. No, that's the thing. Sure, make the thumbnails good. That's great. I don't think it should be the main takeaway from the podcast. I don't think you should have to sell your soul to make them. Like, if Whitney feels like there's a void inside of her because she's taking these pictures, stop doing it. Just use a stock picture of you every week. Who gives a? It's fine. You know what I mean? There's literally, like, I've asked Casey for me, like, to stop. Maybe it's good for the algorithm. I don't know. But for a while, he was using, like, images of me. And I was like, it's not don't do that. Don't worry about it. It's not, that wouldn't make anyone, who would give a fuck about that? So my personal taste, I said, don't do that. Whitney, if you don't want yourself in the thumbnail, don't use it. Or do. You know? Like, do whatever makes you comfortable. You can't do this thing where I'm pulling the curtain back. I'm showing you I take shitty soulless thumbnails where I pretend to have emotions that don't exist on a podcast. And I'm going to do it for this episode and the next episode and the episode after that.
Joe War says she looks like Dave Mustaine, which is the best comment I've ever seen. Let's continue hearing about the sweet science of thumbnails.
Yeah, please. The thing that Whitney hates and it eats away at her. Let's hear why she's doing it.
Oh, I don't want anyone tuning in thinking they're going to see something entertaining. That's false advertising. Like, do you think, because false advertising is a crime, right? That's what that whole Pepsi Points documentary and stuff was about. I mean, like,
this is what I mean. This makes you. I see Rogan get criticized plenty, and sometimes I've said I think Rogan's smarter than a lot of people give him credit for, and people shit on me for that. This is proof of what I'm talking about. I'm not saying Rogan's a genius. I'm saying this is a woman trying to be Rogan, and she just can't pull it off. You know what I mean? Like, she wants to have these deep, thoughtful discussions of, hey man, is that false advertising? Like, she's even kind of doing a Rogan voice while she does it.
On their
It's false advertising, right?
Totally, man.
Like their title, what is it when you get a thumbnail? Like, this thumbnail promised me entertainment. Nice. And there was none. Anyway, I'm just rambling.
A little self-deprecation.
She's a tough listen since Saudi.
I hope I'm not doing the thing where I've now heard like if people criticize Bill Burr's podcast, which we have done, but they'll be like, listen to this. He's talking about some bullshit, what he had for breakfast or whatever. It's like, that's always kind of what he's done. You know what I mean? Like, I won't criticize him for that. It's like, that's what his podcast has been for 15 years, and people loved it. It's just him ranting about his day, whatever, the sports, whatever. Is that what Whitney's doing? Has she always been like this, or is this a noticeable change?
She's broken completely.
Because all of a sudden she is like clapping back against the haters constantly. And any critique she thinks you might have for her channel, she gets out in front of it. Like, oh, are they going to make fun of me for having fake thumbnails? Let me make fun of me for having fake thumbnails before they get a chance to.
It's worth bringing up because something happened where comics like became the morality police, like to each other. It used to be like us and those in power, right? And
remember when you did a special about feminism? Remember when you did that? Remember when you came out and you had Chris D'Elia on your television show and you were a friend of his, and then you came out and spoke about him before you had any idea of whether or not he was guilty. You distanced yourself from him and waved your finger morally, and then went on a bunch of podcasts and made jokes about him and all that stuff. That was you doing that, Whitney. These comedians feel like they're the moral arbiters of society. Yeah, you are one of them. A lot of the people that went to that festival are in that category.
We're an NFL.
This is all because of this. Every single thing, her losing her fucking mind, is because they didn't like.
Gotta be right. That's what I'm asking. If any of you guys watched Whitney before this, tell me if she was always like this. But it feels like such a response to Riyadh.
Oh yeah.
Team. We don't have to all be best friends in order to do our jobs. Okay. But it's like the idea was like, the idea is why would we all get along? Our job is to be grumpy and complain and find flaw. And we don't want to get along because that would mean we're too similar, and we all want to be unique and like special and so different than everybody else.
Speaking of unique, right? I'm going to sue him too.
We'll get to that.
And we kind of know to be a little bit rough with each other because that's what respect kind of looks like. It's like, oh, you can take it. Like we're the only people that can spar with each other without hurting anyone else. And it's like we all know that.
You're the only people. How about every male relationship I've ever had in my entire life? We're the only people that can spar with each other verbally. Every fucking guy I've ever gotten close to has busted my balls about something. This idea, and that's where people rightfully give Rogan shit, where he's like, man, we're the only breed that can do this. There's no one that respects comedians more than I do. But Jesus Christ. Lay off blowing yourself for a minute. We're the only people that can spar with each other verbally. No, I'm like, it might not be as funny as a lot of comedians, but I think if you go to every fucking office in America, they do that type of shit. Like, it's just, again, it might be cornier in a lot of circles, but like every group of friends does that. It's not that crazy.
Silent Shape in the chat says Whitney Visconti.
We're the only cult that is able to make fun of one another. How about every male roommate I've ever had?
Oh God.
Jesus
Christ. Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's like a warm hug to be like, hey, to be rude to each other. We're like, okay, you get me. We see whatever. The point is, there's this thing now where comics, instead of all of us as a unit sort of being against those in power, now it's like comics
go work for them.
The very power
you fucking loser.
Rewind. Don't talk over it this time. I need to hear this clean. Because what you're thinking she says, Craig, she can't be saying. There's no way.
I think she just said it.
My ears are not working if this fucking maniac is suggesting, hey man, I remember the days when comedians pushed back against government. Yeah, that's what we're all talking about.
It's like a warm hug to be like, hey, to be rude to each other. We're like, okay, you get me. We see whatever. The point is, there's this thing now where comics, instead of all of us as a unit sort of being against those in power, now it's like comics got the very power they used to criticize.
Hey.
Now they're just turning.
Hey, don't distance yourself. She's like, you know who the real problems are? It's Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Jim Jeffries, Aziz.
She's like literally a couple weeks away from just denying that she went.
That would be great. Honestly, if she gets that nutty with it, then I'm on. I'm a Whitney fan at that point.
I might be all the way back.
If she's straight up like, I'll tell you who's awful. These comedians who went to Riyadh. I'm going to give her a standing ovation. Nicely done, Whitney. But she's like, oh, you know what's disgusting? These comedians, they used to push back against government. Now they are the man. Whitney, you took money from the Saudi government to tap dance for them. You accepted rules that they laid out. By the way, speaking of those rules, I haven't seen the video of Andrew Schultz shitting on 9/11 there yet. I'm still waiting for that. Andrew Schultz was like, oh, we went over there and made fun of them for 9/11. I haven't seen that video yet.
Their version of like Men in Black just wiped his memory.
Yeah, how about posting that, Schultz? Or if he has, someone send it to me, please.
On each other. You know, it used to be all of us going like, these people think they're moral, but look what they're doing. And look
Hold
what
on. It used to be, yeah. She goes, hey, why would comedians all think the same thing? We're supposed to hate each other because that's what we do. We're grumpy for a living. So we have to hate each other to be unique. And then moments later, she's like, man, what comedy used to be
moral.
We all used to hate the same thing. So, no, but you just said that would be boring if everyone did. Man, when things were good, we hated the same thing. Also, we all can't hate the same thing. What?
It's like this guy who look who he. It's just like what are you doing? Podcasting, the same thing. We treat podcasts like green room conversations now. Look, I appreciate that we're on some say it to my face, but saying it on a podcast where the comic's not there is not say it to my face. Giving someone the opportunity to defend themselves or say
I'll translate for some of this because it's a little manic and all over the place. What she's saying is, I don't like that comedians spoke honestly about us going to Riyadh. Boy, that really started some shit for us. Now, ultimately, there's something to what she's saying where people will make fun of whatever the hot topic of the day is. Brendan Schaub's a great example where people will make once it's comfortable to make fun of Brendan Schaub, you saw more comedians doing it. Right. Whereas back in the day, people were protective of him because they didn't want to be, banned from JRE or whatever the fuck they thought would happen.
Right.
So once it gets comfortable, more comedians will do it on podcasts where they won't necessarily even say it to your face. She has a point. I think she's just a terrible person to make that point right now because what she's really saying is, yeah, but David Cross doesn't tell me that I'm a sellout. No, but he's still right. Yeah, and he probably would.
It's also like, oh, you're not saying it to my face. I'm saying it into a camera. I know you're going to see it.
You know I'm saying it. Yeah, right. Like, yes. Well, I'm with you and against you on that one. Because you're right. It is saying it publicly is in a way saying it to their face. But my issue with Maron is he does this all the time. Well, he'll spout off on every platform that'll have him. And then when he would have those people on his podcast, he'd be like, are we good, man? Are we all right? Yeah, maybe I was a little crazy. Like he backs off on it.
At least they're talking about it, I guess.
I suppose.
Side, right? Because comedians, like we're bad, or like we're lawyers, right? We say something that's not true and then we defend it and kind of make it true. But in this case, comedians now are just being blasphemous and just saying saying the things you used to just gossip about and say, who cares? Everyone knows. I mean, one time Mark Maron was watching me and someone I know was behind him and he was like, he was just trashing you the entire time you were on stage. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Of course. Mark Maron does me the honor of, we get fights in person, face to face, right?
Oh, so he does. So he's
supposed to argue about.
So he does it.
These comics.
No shit.
So he does it on podcasts and also says it to your face. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry for throwing in that category. I don't get the problem then. The guy who most egregiously is shitting on everyone on podcasts also does it to your face. What are you complaining about then?
And start talking vaguely though that, well, these comics in Austin and that's even more petty because you're not name them.
Kind of like the thing you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Who does that then, Whitney? It's not Marin. You just specifically said it wasn't Marin. So who is it? She's like, you know what I hate? These comedians that go on and talk vague, and I'm not going to name any names, but these comedians that go on podcasts and vaguely talk about me, not the one you're thinking. It's not Mark Maron. But these comedians that do that. Well, we don't know who the fuck you're talking about then. Also, a minute ago, you said they weren't supposed to do it on podcasts.
She did that just so she didn't actually get in any shit and she can keep it anonymous.
She wants to come across as like defending the Rogan sphere and shitting on Marin while also not doing it. You know what I mean? Like she wants it both ways. And again, I'll translate for Whitney because what she's saying is a little muddy. What she's saying is, no, guy, you got it all wrong. I'm the cool one that went to Riyadh. I'm the one you should all like.
Come for a general group of people. All the comics that did this festival, all the comics that live in this city.
Which festival?
Comics that talk
about.
What are you talking about?
I got to tell you, I don't hear a lot of people like, we can't associate with the people that were at Skankfest. Let me go back and hear that again. Let me see if I can pinpoint which festival she's talking about. I can't. Let me hear it again. Maybe she'll make it clear.
Comics in Austin. And that's even more petty because you're not naming name them. Name them. You're trying to just come for a general group of people. All the comics that did this festival, all the comics that live in this city.
Okay, I'll name them. Louis C.K., Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Whitney Cummings, Jim Jeffries, Andrew Schultz, Andrew Santino. They've been named, Whitney. And there's only one festival. This is the weird where she's like, don't be vague about it. And then she's completely vague.
The vaguest.
That align with this political party instead of naming a person. It's a little bit of both, right? So it's like, I don't know if I would, because the people that are naming a person is also really cheap because you're not doing it to their face. Like, when did comics just
don't be vague and don't be specific. Don't go on and vaguely talk about these comedians. Name them. How many times did you say name them? Name them.
Constantly.
Also, don't name them. That's my other rule.
Like, let's go outside and talk about this. And you would see like two comics going at it in a parking lot, like adults, you know, but not
like adults.
Like, everyone.
Let's resort to physical violence like adults do.
Like recording and posting things we used to whisper.
So she's saying like, oh, they're being more honest now. Like we used to say this behind everyone's back and now they're saying it out loud. Like she can't figure out what her argument is. She's like, we used to whisper this, but she's also saying, what comics never used to do this. We all used to hate the same stuff, but we used to whisper this gossipy stuff.
I don't know what she's going for though.
I have no I mean, I know what she's going for, but again, she is not smart enough to pull it off. And I'm not shitting on her. She was very successful. She had a couple TV shows and had a successful stand-up career. She was good at that. Do that. Don't try to be this deep philosophical, like you're cultivating a movement. Like you're the leader of this group. Again, like I said, you can criticize Joe Rogan for doing that kind of stuff. At least he's better at it than whatever this is.
Yeah, no shit. Next we got saying no, which she didn't.
Oh no, she just say no. What, you don't need all that money, do you? These billionaires, they don't need all that fucking money. Just say no. This is the craziest thing. And again, it's like Burr trying to talk about this stuff. Whitney, you have sold your ability to tell rich people what they can and cannot take money for. You sold out. You literally sold your ability to do that. But let's watch her attempt to tell is it Peter Thiel, I think, how he's supposed to spend his money.
Deal. Did you see that thing on the CEO of Planeteer? The data mining,
not even close. Palantir, you idiot.
Planeteer. Oh, sorry, Planeteer. Planeteer. No. New one. This is a new one. Yeah, no. Palantir. Who cares?
The competition is swift.
Yeah. that he was like giving a speech. Did you see this?
Oh, I saw he was jumping around in his chair.
I saw this going around and I'm just like, why would a billionaire ever speak to anyone? Like I just, the smartest people in the world cannot go, I'm going to say no to this. You know, It is amazing how we put these people on pedestal. You're like,
Hilarious.
That person
I
is-
mean, crazy, right? Like this is, it's nuts that you would try this. Whitney, wait a year. You know, we'll all forget about it eventually, right? Maybe a few of us will talk about it, but like most, we have short memories. We'll be on to something else. Don't 3 weeks later go, just guys, can you just say no to anything? Do you have to take every opportunity, no matter how immoral or crazy it might seem?
person in the world. And then he's like, hey, how do I get to the talk that's being filmed? My Uber, I need the address for my Uber so I can come talk to a New York Times journalist about this.
Who is this podcast for?
I think it's for like us. It's for like podcast cringe to be like, oh, she's fooled us. She's really smart now.
Oh my God.
I don't know, but like, I will ask this question of Whitney. Chappelle said like, hey, it's 240 to 1, you know? Jamal Khashoggi died in Saudi Arabia, but hey, Israel is doing all this stuff with journalists. How many journalists have the New York Times killed? Like, she's like, oh, can you believe Peter Thiel is talking to the New York Times? What an asshole. He's not like me, who went with the Saudi Arabian government to speak to.
Dude, it's just amazing. Like, look, here's what I'll say. This is when I know someone, this is when my like ears perk up about someone. When they do something that just like a talk or a podcast or something that will reveal how, you know, goofy they are. Like people around this guy encouraged him to go talk in front of a crowd on video, knowing full well he's going to blow up his entire life. Like they knew.
He's doing right now.
Try to stop me.
Maybe she's just subliminally messaging the guy sitting next to her. Like,
yeah,
hey, thank you for not stopping me from this.
Yeah, you know how I always talk about how everyone's got yes men around him?
And this guy's going, yep.
Yeah, totally.
From doing truly everything I do. I at least have.
Wait, go back. What is she saying?
Nothing that makes any sense.
No, let me hear that again.
On video, knowing full well he's going to blow up his entire life. Like they knew how this would end. Do people know how many people try to stop me from doing truly everything I do?
Not enough.
Literally not enough. You need this guy next to you is like, I'm getting paid to sit in a chair.
Oh, you said it, Whit.
At least have people who go, no, don't do that. And I'm like, I'll be fine. Reddit loves me. Like they don't succeed in stopping me, but they try. Okay.
No.
You can
so it's your fault that you went to Riyadh. No one told you it was a good idea, or people told you it was a good idea, but you didn't listen to them and you said, hey, fuck them.
She's put the whole blame on herself.
Good for her, but I don't think she realizes she's doing it.
No, she didn't mean to do that at all.
No.
Lose at speaking in public at this point, even if what you say is fine. That's even worse. It'll get taken out of context, or they'll be like, wait a second, she was speaking.
Someone was telling me once that I should not be friends with Chris D'Elia, and I went, get out of here.
He's a good guy.
I'm going to even make a show around him.
Even what she's saying now is hypocritical. Take out the Riyadh stuff. She's like, these arrogant pricks, these billionaires, they're so arrogant. They don't have anyone around them to tell them they shouldn't podcast. I have people around me that tell me I shouldn't do stuff. I don't listen to them. You don't think fucking Peter Thiel is able to tell people no?
No kidding.
I'm not going to listen to that, actually. I'm just going to go out and do it myself. And so that is out the window. Also, she's like, why do these arrogant pricks think we want to hear what they have to say? Anyways, this is brought to you by BetterHelp. That's what you're doing, Whitney. You're assuming, and by the way, she's right. She has an audience, so good for her. But you're doing the same thing. I'm sure there are a lot of people that would like to know what the CEO of Palantir has to say. I think there are people out there that would be curious to hear him talk. Possibly even more than want to hear Whitney Cummings, if you can believe that.
At 2 p.m.
Suspiciously coherent.
In her kid robot AI. She spoke at 2 p.m. Her kids get out of school at 3:30. Like there's no way to win. All right. They'll cut it up late. They'll find out that you know, I don't see a land acknowledgement on the beginning of this.
I mean, that's when you know it.
That's the problem everyone had with you, Whitney. It was just you didn't do a land acknowledgement in Saudi Arabia. That's an equal.
That would have went over well.
Really well. You start coming for the land acknowledgement that you forgot.
Like or you spoke at a thing 5 years later, you know, this thing was a money laundering scheme and the company was rude to their interns and you sanitized it by showing up. If you don't have to be on camera, stay off camera.
Then what are you doing?
Oh my fucking
Who has
God.
to be on camera? That's the ego where she's like, the people need this.
Yeah.
I have to be on camera.
This is important stuff. This is the last one here with her sponsored events.
This was crazy to me. So she took, I don't know how much money from Riyadh. Maybe she's in the $1 million category. Wherever she is, she took money from the Saudi Arabian government to go over there. And this is her talking about events. We heard from a lot of these comedians this was a charitable endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
Chappelle kind of sprinkled it in, but didn't harp on it as much. That these guys were on a peace mission. Bill Burr will have you believe like they changed everything over there. They were on a mission of peace.
What? By the way, all these companies just making up fake summits so that they can like get sponsors from companies. Like I will show up at these things and they're like, yeah, come speak at the Women in Power Summit for this magazine. And you show up and you're like, oh, I guess I'm going to go help some young girls that want to hear. And you get there and you're like, what are all these brands? I'm getting paid $0 for this. Wait, these people
that you took no money for.
There's no shot she's going to something she's not getting paid for.
It doesn't make any sense. It's not a cancer charity. I don't know what she's talking about. But there's some women's empowerment movement. She says, I'm going to do it for free. Peace in the Middle East, though, that'll be about $1 million.
Peace sells, but who's buying? Am I right, guys? Dave Mustaine, huh?
Okay. But you see my point? Like she's acting like, oh, we went over to the Middle East for this charitable endeavor. We're giving them the gift of free speech and laughter. That's what we're doing over there. It's progress, us being over there. That's $1 million. Some charity is like, hey, Whitney, will you come do this for free? It's women's empowerment. She's like, I guess, but I'm going to publicly bash them and say it's a bunch of bullshit. And by the way, Whitney, so you knew all this. You knew a lot of these charitable endeavors, quote unquote. You knew it was bullshit. You know, people would sell you on one thing and then not really deliver on that promise. And then you went to fucking Saudi Arabia.
Makes sense.
Wait, how much you paid $1,000 for tickets to see me talk? Like, why am I? Do not listen to my advice on business, or because I am working for free at something, making no money.
This is a lie unless Whitney's talking about when she was like 2 years into comedy.
No shit.
It's just a lie. If there's an event, or you should fire everyone that you've ever worked with. Yeah. If there's an event that is charging $1,000 a ticket and your agent let you work it for free, you're a fucking moron. Fire everyone.
Everyone.
Something, making no money. I mean, I'm a moron. Okay.
Yes, I agree.
100%. Yes.
Ultimately, we got to an agreement. We got to a good place by the end of that.
I feel a lot better than when we started.
but yeah, it's. I don't know what Whitney's doing. She's spiraling. It seems like every week, at least that we check in on her, are these subliminal messages like saying, "Please forgive me." Basically, it's these topics that are masked in social commentary. But what they really are is like, guys, I didn't do anything that bad. I'm the cool. They're assholes. Get them. Let's fucking get Burr. What do you say?
I like the idea that she's like, people got paid to go to Riyadh.
That'd be great.
That'd be unbelievable.
She's just embarrassed to say it now.
Yeah.
She's like, wait a second. Oh, yeah. So that's what Whitney is up to. Should we check in on Brendan Schaub? Finish things up with Brendan Schaub here?
Yeah, let's get to a couple of these comments here real quick.
Okay.
Brando's 5-month membership. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, Mikey and Craigers. Good show today. I checked out the Mitch Hedberg impersonator from Kill Tony. Kind of creepy.
It's crazy, right?
I still haven't seen it.
Thank you, Brando. But yeah, it's bizarre. I don't know if the guy is doing a bit that he doesn't know who Mitch Hedberg is, but like,
how do you not?
It seems impossible.
Yeah, how the fuck do you not? Especially after there's no way he went to an open mic and someone didn't go, "Wow, you remind me of Hedberg."
Or just that he's interested in comedy. No one was ever like, "Well, that makes sense."
Hulkmania gifted 1 Blind Mike Project membership.
Thank you, buddy.
And Joe from Virginia, Havre de Grace 5, 6.
Yes, the Havre de Grace 6.
$2. Merry Christmas, gentlemen. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, buddy. Merry Christmas to all of you out there as well.
All right, let's get to Schaub.
Brendan Schaub. This is crazy to me. So, oddly, Brendan Schaub and Amy Schumer are similar figures in comedy history.
Yeah.
Where, like, maybe two of the most trolled or criticized or whatever you want to call them, two of the most ever. But because of the generation they came up in and everything like that. They've gotten a lot of shit, some deserved, some undeserved. Brendan has talked a lot about. I'm not even saying Brendan is saying anything wrong. I actually think he makes some good points here. What's so crazy to me is a guy who has constantly talked about how much he's been bullied on the internet. He's sued people, which we'll talk about. Actually, should we start with that?
You want to?
Let's start with this unique lawsuit, and then we'll get to the Amy Schumer stuff and all kinds of other stuff with Brendan Schaub. This motherfucker has not learned his lesson yet. What is he suing Unique for now?
Let me read this whole thing.
Please, yeah. So if you guys don't remember, Unique, formerly Scion Z, Kyle from Rhode Island. Kyle's a YouTuber who was in the game before most of us. He was making clips on a lot of these comedians 10 years ago. He's been around for a while.
Scion Z, formerly, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but something like that.
Yes. And he was making videos about Brendan Schaub, and Brendan Schaub said, "I know how to get him to stop making fun of me. I'll sue him." That litigation may still be ongoing today, as far as I know. I've never heard that completely got dropped. I know Brendan tried to wipe his hands clean of it, but as far as I know, that still may be going on, or Kyle was dealing with some element of it. Kyle posted this recently. Apparently something is happening again with Brendan. Brendan has literally said publicly, one thing I would do is maybe not sue that YouTuber or whatever. Like, he said that. Well, what's he up to now?
Hi, Unique Entertainment. We received a copyright removal request for your video. Based on applicable copyright law, we removed your video from YouTube. Video title: Brian Callen proves he's a creep in heated argument.
I will say, Unique is a little clickbaity for my taste. Every video is like Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen getting heated argument, and then they make some like mild passive aggressive comment that friends do to each other.
Yeah.
So he does clickbait a little bit.
Content used: the Diddy Doc and Helen Keller debate with Nick Simmons. Content found during the beginning to 5 minutes and 59 seconds. Removal request issued by the fighter and the kid.
Of course.
Video title: Brendan Schaub goes off reacting to the haters and Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't see how you could get him for that one.
There's a few, but they're all requested by the fighter and the kid.
Yeah. And so what is Unique saying? What is he claiming now?
Was there something else attached to this?
Well, he read his post that he has like a GoFundMe or something started.
Oh, yes. Oh, let me grab that.
Yeah. So it seems like Unique is saying that like Brendan is coming after him legally now if he doesn't remove these videos.
Which is very funny every time. Because he's just like, I don't know why anyone hates me.
Brendan Schaub has done it again.
It says new Brendan Schaub lawsuit incoming. Help support the channel against this legal action. And there's a Cash App.
So I don't know anymore. I don't know if Unique is saying like behind the scenes there's threats being made. Because he doesn't have any evidence of that, right?
No, there's a few.
Oh, there are.
That. Oh, the lawsuit? No, there's no.
I'm saying there's no evidence that Brendan is like, we're going to sue you.
No.
He's just saying take these videos down. But Unique may be noticing a pattern that happened last time.
Yes.
So I don't know. But Brendan Schaub has often said, like, he gets too much hate online. He doesn't like people. That's actually a perfect example leading into what we're talking about with Amy Schumer. Brendan doesn't like all the hate he gets online. He thinks people are too nasty. And like, you know, if you're gonna talk about him, don't be so crass. Don't be so rude. Now let's hear what he has to say about Amy Schumer.
I need everyone to just hear the segue and what they're talking about right before.
Please, yeah.
Unbelievable.
And he's definitely not doing well anymore. That is such a...
They are talking about Carl Reiner.
Rob Reiner.
Yeah,
Carl Reiner. He dug Carl Reiner up too, this maniac.
Nick Reiner murdering his parents.
Yes, very sad, by the way. I thought about starting the show talking about that, but I think everyone understands how awful it is, other than our fearless leader.
And he's definitely not doing well anymore.
No, but I'm just saying, Craig can't wait till I'm done talking.
Well, sometimes I think you're done, and then
He's like, this guy's spoken long enough. But yeah, they're talking about the horrible tragedy with Rob Reiner, and yeah, let's hear. This is a great segue. Craig is right.
And he's definitely not doing well anymore. That is such an unspeakable tragedy. Like that's like the siblings are left. I wonder how they feel. Hey, you lost your mom, dad, and your brother.
Oh, hell no. Look at that fucking current event. Amy Schumer and her husband got a divorce. This pig loses weight. This fucking oinker loses weight and then divorces.
Now, hold on. First of all, crazy transition.
Unbelievable.
Brian is like, and I can't, as a father, I really can't imagine the idea of that sister has lost essentially her entire family when you think about it, and to be living in that sort of state. Oh hell no! This fat bitch said what?
Oh, I shouldn't have said pig. This oinker. It's a really funny moment from Brendan.
But yes, until you consider the source. Like, I don't have any problem if any other comedian on the planet said that today. We're not even playing the clip. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Make fun of Amy Schumer all you want. This is a man who has fought against online bullying for years now. And he's gone out of his way to say, like, these people don't know me. Does Brendan have a history with Amy that I'm not aware of?
This is the first I've heard of anything.
I mean, it would make, like, I believe that they could know each other. I've never heard any interaction between Schaub and Schumer. I don't know them to have some, deep-seated rivalry or anything. So as far as I know, this is a lady that Brendan doesn't know other than her being famous. Brendan has always publicly railed against that, where he's like, these people, these terrible people on Reddit, they make fun of me and they don't even know me. Listen to what he says about Amy Schumer, who, as far as I know, has never met this man.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
What happened when you're all fat? What happened? I thought that was the life. I thought everything was all good. You told us body positive. Then you lose weight and you divorce your fucking husband?
By the way,
all the bad people?
I will defend Amy a little bit. I get what he's saying, the hypocrisy, body positive, whatever. First of all, I think the body positivity stuff is just saying you don't have to oink at me as I walk by. You know? You don't have to call me a fat slut on everything I ever do. I think that's the idea of body positivity, is like kind of embrace who you are or whatever, and don't shit on the person for their weight. It's not saying being fat is better necessarily. I do get the hypocrisy angle of it, but I don't know that Amy Schumer was pro obesity necessarily. But listen, Brendan has jumped to the conclusion he doesn't know anything about their lives. And again, is it fair to say, oh my God, you get skinny and you drop the guy that was loyal to you this whole time? Is it fair for any of us to say? Absolutely.
It's a tale as old as time, though.
Sure. And it's fair for us to make that assumption. Brendan has sued a man because he's like, I think Brendan Schaub is hitting on women. Brendan sued that guy. I think Brendan Schaub is hitting on ladies at the Comedy Store. Brendan is like, I'm going to take you to court and try to take everything you have from you.
Don't forget what he did to Bobby Lee.
He threatened Bobby Lee, and he had Brian Callen threaten to beat the shit out of poor little Bobby. Bobby's having his fucking grandfather clock fixed by Kalila's boyfriend. Brendan and Brian are threatening to beat the shit out of him.
He's fixing his clock. He really is a handyman that can do anything.
That's what Bobby said. He needs a handyman. So Brendan is going after all these people, and the first chance he gets to make fun of someone who it is popular to make fun of, after Brendan Schaub, I don't know if there's a better comedian that it is more acceptable to make fun of than Amy Schumer. And Brennan leaps on that opportunity the second he gets a chance.
It's not me.
She's tough.
And she deleted every picture where she's fat from her Instagram. Did you know that?
Yeah, she's.
Hey,
listen.
There's Google oinkers.
Well, listen. At the end of the day, what is it? The
Callan is like, what do I do?
I'm like, boy, that seems oddly hypocritical. But anyways, Nick Reiner brought the beloved Carl Reiner. Now I'm doing it. Rob Reiner to an untimely demise.
Too many
trying to get back to that subject.
Ozempic is like
she put blah blah blah. Chris and I have made a difficult decision to end our marriage after 7 years. We love each other very much. I got skinny. I've moved on to black men. Wow, impressive.
Brendan cried when he retired from stand-up and said it was because of his sick daughter.
Right.
And then couldn't believe people didn't believe him. You made fun of that? You made fun of that moment where I was talking about my family? Amy Schumer puts out a statement and is like, hey, it's a divorce. It's unfortunate. We still love each other, but, we're not in love. Whatever the fuck. And Brendan's like, oink, oink, little piggy. You fat bitch.
What did happen with them? Something happened. He's extra aggressive.
That's what I mean. Do they know each other?
They must, right? Did they fuck or something?
The only thing I'm willing to believe is that there's some history between them that I'm just not aware of. And if you guys know in the comments, let us know. Maybe I just never heard of it or whatever. They were getting popular in comedy around the same time. Amy was already huge by the time Brendan started, I think, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It doesn't seem like there would be this long storied beef with them. I think what it is, and this is what has had me turn on Brendan Schaub, where I used to think there was a path for redemption for Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, we know.
If he started, we
supported you through that whole phase.
I really believed that if he started leaning into the jokes, making them himself, whatever, that people could start supporting Brendan Schaub. There was a road to redemption for him. Watching this clip, unless I'm wrong about their history, made me realize he's nastier than anyone. He's way worse than Podcast Cringe or Red Bar or any of these people that make fun of Brendan.
Yeah.
Because the second the heat is on anyone else, Brendan's pulling his snout up and making fun of Amy Schumer.
He might get back into stand-up just to stick it to her at this point.
I dropped some pounds and thought I could bag a basketball player, and not because he's hot. James Beard, award-winning chef who can still pull some hot tail. Oh, so yeah, basically that's exactly
I don't give a fuck about her. But anyway,
she's a bad person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, why is he saying she's a bad person?
And why'd Callan go, yep?
There's got to be something we don't know, right?
Yeah. Anyone?
Has anyone ever heard this? Schumer versus Brendan Schaub?
I'm going to have to look into this after this.
I don't know. I've never heard any beef between the two of them, but she's a bad person is a crazy thing to say if you've never met her.
Maybe it's because of politics. I don't know.
I guess. But you see what I'm saying about Brendan, where it's crazy to have that mentality when you've been through what you've been, to be that guy. You know what I mean? Norm got in trouble for years ago for supporting Roseanne and Louis C.K. and publicly saying, I told them to talk to each other because no one's ever been through what they've been through.
Right.
And for anyone that doesn't know, Roseanne was the first person. If you are someone that still to this day believes Louis C.K. locked the door and wouldn't let people out of that hotel room, it's because Roseanne started that.
Oh yeah.
She was the first person to say that publicly. It doesn't seem to be true. No one ever really claimed that. But Roseanne just started saying that. And then Louis reached out to Roseanne when she got canceled and talked to her about how he was dealing with that type of thing. They spoke to each other about this similar thing that they dealt with, even though Roseanne was shitty to him. Brendan sees someone going through what he's gone through, publicly being dragged for stuff, and starts making warthog noises.
I wrote it. Oh, no.
It's a deep cut.
Yeah.
She's just.
Look at him. He's exhausted.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a fucking chef, and you eat all the goddamn food.
Yeah.
I bring it home every night. You fucking devour it. Nobody gets to try it.
I've never heard Brendan go this hard at anyone.
No. She must have said something about him or something.
Gotta be, right?
Had to have. And if it comes out, maybe I'll change my tune on this, but
Yes. Oh, if they have some like long-standing feud, then I'm totally on Brendan's. Good for you, Brendan. But my thing is, watching this, I was like, oh, fuck you, man, because you're the guy who says everyone goes too hard at you. It's just losers on the internet. These people have never accomplished anything. Well, Brendan tried comedy and never accomplished what Amy did. Say what you want about either of them. You think they both suck? Well, that's fine. Brendan tried a thing and was never as good as Amy Schumer. He's the one. Brendan's the one that told us if you haven't accomplished as much as someone, you're not allowed to criticize them. So why is he allowed to do this to fucking Amy?
I don't know. Fucking like oinker.
Very weird.
She had to have done something.
Yeah,
that he
I don't know.
Perceived as being at
The
him.
chat would be coming up with it. If no one's saying anything, like, someone would know this.
Yeah, but this has to go like 8 years ago. This could be like out of our reach, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
Imagine getting skinny and then fucking divorcing. That's like you getting jacked and then divorcing your wife.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get jacked.
Well,
we'll see. Man, well, there you go.
Brian always seems pained when they have these conversations.
Where he's like, I know this isn't going to go over well.
Yeah, I'm going to get jacked.
The other thing is, this isn't live, and they chose to keep it in. So,
Well, good for them. I don't give a fuck if they believe that. I don't care. I don't care about that. They criticize it. Call Amy Schumer a fat pig if you want. I don't care. But I think it's just the hypocrisy of it is staggering.
we just have to go under the assumption she has gone after him for something.
I don't think. When would she have?
Like I said, like
Trainwreck came out in like 2013. I think 2014.
Yeah, I don't know. This could have been like one of those things where she made a offhanded remark back when she was like kind of still cool.
Maybe
on the come up.
I have a theory. I don't know if this is true. On the regs, Joe List said there's a big unexpected investor in the Skankfest documentary that he's making. He said big, would stun you. And he did say she. And they bleep the name. And then Dan Soder makes a comment. He goes, that's got to be, I need a way back in money.
Yep. Okay.
I think it's Amy Schumer.
But that would make me like her, not hate.
I think Amy Schumer might be investing in the Skankfest documentary.
Well, you know what?
What?
If that is get back in money, then it would work.
I can't think of who else that would be for a female. A name that would shock you, a female name that would shock you. Ellen DeGeneres, maybe.
Whitney Cummings?
No, that wouldn't be the way they react to the name. It's not Whitney.
Well, the divorce.
Ellen is more likely than Whitney, legitimately.
The divorce, the weight loss, the staying off CNN. It's probably her.
Hey, it might be Amy. Ellen would be very funny.
That would be.
Ellen was like, I'm embracing it. Hey, cunts.
Instead of dancing, she slaps people that are in the front row.
That'd be awesome.
You know what?
Sorry, we're not done with this. Jesus. Brendan keeps going on Amy. Jesus Christ.
You know what? He's probably better off. Look at his face snap.
He doesn't look very happy, yeah.
Look at his face.
Or
Look at her. They look miserable.
This is what Brendan. This is what people do to you. That you criticize the. You're like, they don't even know my wife. How do they know if my wife is happy? They don't know her. He bitches about this all the time.
Is this true? In May of 2018, Amy Schumer interrupted Brendan Schaub's first headlining hour-long.
Brendan Sagal.
No, it says Schaub.
Who's it?
In 2018, Amy Schumer interrupted Brendan Schaub's first headlining.
I'm telling you, that's incorrect. It's Brendan Sagal.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah.
Damn. Thought we had it. I was like, no, I'm definitely reading it right.
I've heard Brendan tell it. So the idea that you also did it to Schaub seems unlikely.
or possible.
It's very funny that they poor Brendan Sagalow if they wrote Brendan Schaub.
That's funny. I got smoked on that one, but we continue with the fighter and the kid.
Yeah, so now this Nick Simmons guy is on the podcast. He's been on a lot lately. I don't know if he's going to be like third chair or something. He's been on pretty regularly.
Well, they're going to need a new kid at the rate that Callan is aging.
I know. So this Nick Simmons is like basically begging them to accept Reddit hate now. He goes on every week and he's like, guys, just fucking talk about the Reddit hate that you get. You know, like he's doing his best to drag them into acceptance. Excuse me. And this is the latest version of that where Brendan talks about his first special, You'd Be Surprised, which famously, that's what the one Brendan shot for Showtime, where I think me and Craig's favorite bit is when he talks about the doctor. Oh, I'm Mr. Schaub.
I'm Mr. Schaub.
Oh, Mr. Schaub, you know, fight, you injure. And then there's video of the actual guy that he's talking about, and he's like, well, you see the thing about fighting. He just speaks better English than you or I.
Yeah.
Did you ever talk about, what was it? Me and you, remember when we met? That's how we first met after the whole don't count thing. That was like one of the first questions I asked. Like, you were actually super cool about breaking it down, like, because me and you started at the same time. That's why it's crazy when people give you shit. Because, like, could you imagine, you put out your Showtime special, what, 2 years into fucking comedy?
Yeah.
I was performing at laundromats for no one paying attention in New York City. Just nobody.
I sold out Spreckles Theater twice.
If someone offered me millions of dollars to fucking not be performing to people who weren't paying attention, fucking anybody who says they wouldn't do that is a fucking liar.
No, I think it's like
to your credit, there you are.
Hold on. I've maintained that. Like, I don't know what I would do in that situation. If Showtime was just like here, but what I would absolutely do is have to address within the special, I am not prepared for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if Brendan had a bit, if Brendan opened that with how uncomfortable he is or how it doesn't make any sense or how he's not deserving of it, whatever, anything to acknowledge that, I think that special is viewed so differently historically.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, when I say historically, I mean, it's a special no one would have paid attention to.
But you know what's crazy?
I mean? Go ahead.
Because he does have like one of those special, like Gringo Poppy, for better or worse, is like a special people talk about.
So you'd be surprised.
No, I know, but like, you know, whether it's like bigger and black or whatever, like I know it's not the same level of quality, but
you're gonna have to dig out. I don't know what this hole is that you've created.
He has a special that is like infamous, is what I'm saying. It's not for being good.
Yes.
So,
much like bigger and blacker, you're saying?
Yeah, on the internet for sure.
I guess. No, but my point is, if he came out and addressed what everyone was thinking, even just acknowledged like how much money Showtime was paying him to do it, like I'm not ready for this, whatever. Anything like that would have endeared him to the audience, and 100%. Whatever he says after that, we're on board for.
Yeah,
fucking go for it, man. You're trying. Yeah. You got a shit ton of money. Brendan never did that. In fact, there are many more clips of Brendan comparing himself to Louis C.K.
I know.
Than there are of him saying, I don't deserve any of this.
I know.
He's like, Louis C.K. didn't get famous till he was 40. Look at me.
I'm so good.
Okay.
Yeah, like I would start the set if anyone came and I'm like, I'm the CM Punk of comedy.
Yeah.
Like, you guys would be doing the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Like CM Punk got all that shit. It's like,
no, he didn't.
If you could, you wouldn't want to just jump into the UFC and take a stab at it.
It's not just that. You were also offered a lot of money, like really early. So like you were offered a lot of money by Showtime.
So much money.
And it was like,
shut up, Brendan.
I remember going,
what was it, $40 million, Brendan?
So much money.
So much money. How much would they pay? How much did they pay him? Jesus Christ, to have that reaction. But here's the thing, and here's what people who are self-aware do, like the greats, people who really want to be good at something. I don't have anything. If you want an hour from me, it cannot be straight stand-up. You know what I mean? Well, you don't just take that money and give them dog shit if you know it's going to be dog shit. Either you thought that was ready, you were ready to do that, and it was going to be good, or you stole money from Showtime.
I think they stole money from Showtime.
I think he might have, because he's saying I knew it was going to be terrible, but they gave me so much money.
I don't know. I would have done anything different.
I would have had a bit about how I am not ready. You're about to see an hour of turn off your TVs, I would say.
Right.
Please don't watch this because I'm not ready. I would do it. I would do that special for so much money. If it's $500,000, $1 million, $5 million, I don't know what they offered him. But whatever it was, I would take it, and I would do one of two things. I would say to them, I don't do stand-up. Can it be an hour of something else? Can I create an hour of anything that I'm more comfortable with doing? Because straight stand-up is not going to be good. Or my opening bit is, I don't know what I'm doing here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't take this, don't grade me on this for the rest of time, because I'm 2 years into comedy. That's my opener.
Well, he's about to tell us about being new to comedy.
Oh, good.
Beginning. So if someone offered me $40, I would have done a Showtime special.
Yeah, it was a weird time, but I also get it. It's like there's comics 10, 15 years in who don't get to that level. And I'm 2 years in and it's fucking popping. I'm selling out every weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
we saw him on a weekend, didn't we, Mike?
Well, times had changed by then.
Yeah.
No, he is right. Like 2 years into comedy, he had the Rogan, but The Fighter and the Kid was a huge podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what he had. And again, if Brendan wants to do that, work that stuff out in front of your audience. You know what I mean? Like, see what works with your audience. Like, if you can be self-deprecating with your audience, you can't go on and go, I'm the man, I'm selling out theaters. Like, even now he's trying to say, oh, well, I'm humble about it, but he's talking about how great he was doing.
I know.
what are you gonna do though,
dude? We started.
You're telling me you wouldn't
cars? I mean, Cobb's packing it.
Oh my god!
I mean, literally, like
theater selling out Wilbur. It's like twice.
I was doing.
Well, there are people who turn down things, by the way. And you could say, if they were offering you that much money, if you're selling out the Wilbur twice, if you're going around and doing these theaters, you could say, no, I'm making money. It wasn't the amount that Showtime paid him versus zero. It could be like, well, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to do these theaters, make a little less now, and eventually I think that will pay off, and I'm going to come back to Showtime when Netflix and HBO also want a special from me. You could have done that instead of being greedy. I'm not saying that I would, but like, you could have done that.
I think his problem was post that special coming out, not necessarily before. Like, he could have done what he did, grabbed the money, and then kind of took it seriously after that, not just assumed he was that good.
Yes. Or what he could have done. Like I said, I'm thinking in hindsight where I'm like, you start with a bit about how bad this is going to be. Even if he doesn't do that, if You'd Be Surprised is exactly the same. And then Brendan comes on the week after it premieres and is like, boy, I am getting some heat for that. Boy, are people criticizing me. And then says, but you got to understand, like, it's my first hour. Showtime offered me a shit ton of money. I get it's not going to be great. I hope you guys still keep supporting my live shows. I'm trying. I'm getting better, whatever. Instead, what Brendan did is try and delete comments, have YouTube channels taken down, talked about how great it was and how all these people are haters and they're lying about him. So, like, he approached it the wrong way from every angle.
Spots at LOL Comedy Club in Times Square at that time, I would have killed to do that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but
it was
he
wild.
was so already kind of famous. Like,
yeah,
UFC, the podcast was number 4 in the world. Maybe number.
Ryan is making the opposite argument of Nick Simmons. So Nick Simmons is saying, like, hey, I was playing fucking laundry mats at that time. If Showtime came to me and was like, here's a bunch of money to do a special, I would take it. And Brian swoops in with a contradictory argument and says, but here's the thing about Brendan taking that money. He was already very famous at that time.
Making good money.
And was making shitloads. He actually didn't need that money.
One point, like, we were huge.
It's a blessing and a curse, right? Because the blessing is you're doing stand-up, you're gonna make a shit ton of money, but you're really not ready for it. And
it's just hard.
It's a tough gig.
It's like everything else. It takes a long time.
It's tough. Yeah.
It's a long time.
But I don't Like I can see how people would get upset. It'd be like if, a kid just started baseball and 2 years in, he's fucking starting for the Dodgers. Like, bro, there's guys that work their whole life.
No. If a 9-year-old was playing left field for the Dodgers, it would be adorable.
But what about Coach HB?
The Dodgers would take some heat. It would be unusual. But it would be adorable if a little kid was playing for the Dodgers.
Well,
That's a lot different than a grown man making a calculated decision.
Well, there's a ridiculous movie basically on that premise with the Cubs.
Rookie of the year. That's right. Yeah, Brendan, break your arm and try stand up. See if that works.
Break your voice box and come back.
You want me to do?
It's also
Let me
like,
ask you
because
guys-
most people don't realize the first 10 years usually for comedy is like the worst internship you've ever done in your life.
Yes.
Where you're getting paid fucking nothing and you would dream about a gig where it pays you $1,000.
But now even to elaborate on that, now think about it. Most comics for the first 10 years, no one's really seeing it. Like you can work things out. There's
Behind
no
closed
pressure.
doors.
Nobody knows who you are.
And I said, let's end that trend. Let them watch.
Go over to my lane where I can't go anywhere.
No, and you're doing the fucking
You
store.
go to Ireland and Conor McGregor was showing
Dude, I can't go to open mics. Like that's not even an option for me. So like anywhere I go, it's
I know Brendan was very popular at the time. The Fighter and the Kid was doing great. He wasn't Eddie Murphy.
No, he was not.
I can't go anywhere. Now, I will say Brendan stands out in a crowd.
Well, he's a gigantic human being.
Yeah, like it would be hard for him to disguise himself, I suppose. But like, you're not fucking Steve Martin making a return to the stage. You could have worked it out somewhere.
like I'm getting criticized, and then I got to keep up with the game and post, clips and stuff for the clubs to sell tickets. So then I got to post clips that people are comparing to Theo.
Well, you were
D'Elia.
also thrown into
great.
Theo
and D'Elia, the two best stand-ups.
Yeah, Theo's special and great. D'Elia, no words needed.
By the way, he's also like fudging with the timeline too. Like, and then the clip game. I had to post all these clips. Not in 2015, you didn't.
No,
it's not true.
Been doing stand up for 20 minutes. Okay. And when you say you were in for 2 years, really I could probably count.
Find the Kid Lives.
Yeah. I mean, but
Which
you
isn't-
probably did. You probably performed, and I'm not joking. By the time he shot that Showtime special, I'm going to make a call. I bet you he performed a total of 40 times.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So Rogan and Callan should have physically fought him to keep him away from the stage.
He's basically admitting that though through this.
Yeah. And Callan says, like, I told you not to do it and you didn't listen to me. But
maybe. By the way,
kind of impressive.
That,
right?
Yeah.
To say the least.
Don't get me wrong,
stop looking at it that way, Brendan. He's still like, so kind of impressive, right? No, you shouldn't have done it. Stop thinking of it that way, like how great it was. This is the problem, is Brendan always looked at it as like pretty good. Let us do that. Let us say like, hey, listen, 40 sets into comedy, I wouldn't be able to do that, which is true.
For sure.
Like I wouldn't be able to do what Brendan did after doing stand-up 40 times. Let us say that. You have to stop looking at it like a masterpiece.
But he also lived a life that, could be interesting to talk about. So that also aided him.
Well, that's the other problem is, and they bring up, I don't know if it's in these clips or not, but like Nick Simmons brings up, like Mick Foley still does stand up. But like what they were basically storytellers and they try to sprinkle jokes, and Brendan attempted to be Bill Cosby. He tried like these observational jokes that he was doing that wasn't working.
Say the least
the hour, if you compare to Schultz and Theo, I get it, but now
but those guys have been doing. Hold on.
Well, here's my thing though.
That's like 4 weeks of stand up in New York,
dude. Show. But hold on, film their first. So have them when they were very first starting. Have them do an hour.
That's not the argument.
No,
there's clips of Louis. If you they pop up once in a while. Clips of Louis from like the 80s, like in 1988, a Louis set. And you're like, Jesus Christ, like Louis once thought this was funny.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not the argument. The argument would be if Louis took that set at that time and sold it to HBO for $1 million. That's the argument. Like, yes, that like what you did, it's ballsy to do, to put yourself out there like that. But would Brendan Schaub say that Gronk should have done stand-up on Showtime? You ever seen that? I think we watched it before, right?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, like does Brendan Schaub look at that and go, well, you have to do it because they paid you money? Or does he say maybe you should have turned that down? You know, it's kind of an embarrassing thing.
Well, it's like clearly he didn't really care for stand-up. He just thought it was an avenue to make money.
It was a money grab, yeah. Like where if he cared about stand-up and thought he would be great one day, he would have turned that money down.
He would have known putting stuff out there that early was bad.
Yes. And again, the reason people don't look at Gronk and Schaub the same, like people aren't still shitting on that special to this day and talking about it and roasting Gronk when he's on Fox or whatever, because Gronk is a goofball who fucked around on stage and had other people write for him and delivered it shitty, and then he moved on with his life.
Yes.
Brendan Schaub said, I am an artist.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is how Brendan handled it. It's not our fault, Brendan.
I'm just saying, they're like, well, I get the heat, but you also got to give me a little credit.
No. Look, you had done literally, I really think the number is maybe 40 shows. That's why I was like, you can't do this.
Brian tried his best. Please. It could ruin everything, Brendan. We're on top of the world right now.
Like he's like, as you've seen in my last special, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's a good point. But Brian's like, Brendan, if you do this, they're going to call me a rapist eventually. And Chris, think of us.
This next clip is Murderers. It's 10 minutes long.
10 minutes long. Then I fucked up the timestamp.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, just stop it when you're done with it.
Okay.
Also thrown.
It's crazy to say don't do this.
But think about what he was thrown into. Like he would every Tuesday or every weekend at the Comedy Store, he was thrown into a lineup with people like myself who'd been doing it for 20 years. Joe Rogan.
You guys were
Bill
the murderers row of
we
that,
were murderers
of that time.
I hate this so much, and people give Rogan shit for it too. I hate talking this way about yourself. We were murderers. No one could ever follow Theo Vaughn except anyone in New York.
Anyone in New York. Anyone. I bet all the Boston guys could follow.
it's this crazy Comedy Store mentality where I don't think we talked about it, but a clip of the Regs got somewhat popular in the comedy circles where Lewis was talking about this argument he had with Tony Hinchcliffe. It's an ongoing thing they have, Austin versus New York.
Yeah, is this kind of an old clip?
Weeks ago,
Oh,
maybe a couple months. Yeah,
I think something else then.
Well, they've done it back and forth for a while, where Tony's always like, Austin, the mothership is the place to be. Austin is the hotbed of comedy in 2025. And Lewis's argument is New York still has better comics.
Yeah.
And Tony is like, who do you have? Dave Attell, and then what? And Lewis replies, Colin Quinn, Louis C.K., Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Mark Norman, Big J, Sam Morril. Like, he rattles off 80 comedians. And he's like, and that's off the top of my head. Tony's like, we have Segura and Christina P. Okay. Put it this way. When we review the top 10 specials of the year, I'm not waiting till Christmas Eve to review Segura's. You know?
Yeah, we don't need it.
I'm sure it's fine. But the point being, like, these Comedy Store guys, the LA guys, have this way of romanticizing what they were. They were like, Theo was there, and Chris D'Elia, and Joe Rogan. And we're like, no, we've seen these guys do stand-up. I can believe that those three were on a lineup together.
And like two of them were New York comics that moved. Literally
In New York, just on a random Tuesday night, you could have Jerry Seinfeld, Louis C.K., and Chris Rock walk in. Just randomly, because they feel like it, you know? Yep. So, yeah, this Comedy Store romance is a little exaggerated.
Including myself in that. We were
fucking Callan, including myself. Just so you know.
Did you see the end what I did with 9/11?
Yeah.
Did you see how I broke everyone's brains by announcing what Apple's logo is?
I haven't looked at my phone the same since.
No, it's tough. I'm glad I have an Andrew.
We were murderers. We would go up there. It would be, all of us who had been doing it forever and at the peak. We were all at the peak. We were all at the boiling point of our sets.
Everyone was in the prime.
Killing. And then this fucking guy would get up in the middle of all that. Anybody want to try that? Anybody want to try that after they've been doing stand-up for a year? Yeah. Please. Raise your hand if you guys want to step into that. See what happens to you. But to your credit, because you were this giant fighter who had the balls, who would get up and tell a story, and you found your way through. And by the way, your sets were not bad up there. They just weren't. I watched it. I mean, I saw it.
It's just weird to do, where it's like, then why was it a mistake to put the special out? You know what I mean? What's the mistake?
Well, doing okay and putting out a special, I think
No, I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why. Because if the special was not great, that would be one thing. The special is historically bad.
Mm-hmm.
So the sets were like not bad. Like this is Brian doing Brendan a disservice, where he's like, the jokes were like for 2 years in, they're pretty good. No, they weren't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yes. For any asshole open micer, maybe they were better than that. No one is turning on Showtime to see that. So the analogy doesn't work. You can't say it was not bad because these guys, you would not go to an open mic and be like, hey, that's not bad. That should be on Showtime. I think that's basically it.
Yeah. This is our last clip. The hate.
Oh, the hate that they've gotten. Now, remember Brendan getting on all fours and rolling around in the mud when he talked about Amy Schumer. And let's hear him talk about the hate that he gets.
It sucked because you were getting judged amongst.
Well, because my best friends are Theo, Brian, Chris, Rogan, and so it's like Joey Diaz. When you run in that circle, people are like, "All right, buddy," you're taking pictures with them, and then you're at the store, the legendary store. I get all of it. I get it. I get it. It's all good. I get it.
So you're saying you get the hate?
Yeah. I get the hate, especially when I was doing it. To continue doing it, it's like,
well, that's why it's kind of crazy.
Baseball dad.
Yeah, I was going to say you're the most like roasted.
Again, no one's talked about Amy Schumer in 6 years. No one gives a fuck about her anymore. And he was going, wait.
I'm naming this episode Oinkers for sure. But
it's enough already. By the way, it was enough already when you brought Unique to court and you tried to have the Tiger Belly subreddit taken down and you did all this shit.
Team like baseball, out of all baseball coaches, no one gets more scrutiny than you.
Maybe the Dodgers coach. I don't know.
No, I'm saying when it comes to Little League coaches, you're getting
yeah. Just how it goes.
Turned himself to Dave Roberts for some reason.
Coach HP's really taught him well.
It is always about baseball, Brendan. Always bring it back to the diamond.
Hilarious.
It's just how it goes.
Bothers me, but it's hilarious. But
honestly, though,
I expect it in general.
What you're watching Brian go through is the problem these guys always have, where they're like, "It bothers me and I hate it," but it's not a big deal.
No big deal.
The same sentence. It bothers me. I don't like it, but it's not bad.
No one.
Be honest about it.
Me and Nick were talking about like the amount of toughness you have to get all that shit to still keep going, and then like after the stand-up thing, you're still getting people on like Reddit and YouTube talking shit.
I agree with that, by the way.
A group.
I agree with that. It takes a certain amount of mental toughness to get through what Brendan did. The problem is he didn't get through it.
No.
He started suing people and ranting about it all the time.
People that was over 100,000 that shit on me every day. I'm jumping off a fucking bridge. I am not lasting.
If I got it, see, online's different because I came up with that, but if I was getting like in person, then it'd be different. But I don't.
Again, threatening to beat the fuck out of everyone.
Brendan, we all know you can beat us up, obviously.
No one's denying that.
No one's saying just you in person.
It'd be great if they did, but it's never happened ever. So it's just, it is what it is,
Well, I'm sure you probably.
It takes no balls to do it.
I'm sure the comics that talk shit about you when they see
I don't
you.
know. I would gladly have Brendan on this podcast. I would love to have him on the podcast and talk about exactly this stuff. I don't think I've ever criticized Brendan in a way where I would be afraid to do it to him.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you talking about? Like literal troll? Like people who are out of their way, shitty to get a reaction?
You legitimately have like a full wardrobe of his merch.
I know. I'd wear it. And then be like, why'd you say this about Amy? What happened?
The nicest.
That's what I'm most curious about.
What did she do to you? You didn't want to take a walk to your truck?
Yeah, but again, I don't have any anger towards them. I get it, because a lot of those comics, none of them were ever, great at the art, or they were trying to get there, but they just.
I don't have any anger towards them. Timestamp on this unique video. Let me try and take that down.
I don't even want to hide who it's coming from.
And I get it. I burst on the scene. I'm fucking selling out every Brea 5-6 shows, getting my bonus, and like, dude, I've been
making real money,
stupid money.
Yeah.
And then also, I was making so much money. Like fucking 2 years ago, I found a check from Brea. I never cashed for like $62,000, and I called him. I was like, "Hey, you guys cool?
I need this now.
Times aren't as good."
They're like, "Yeah, go
I'm
ahead."
not throwaway $62,000 rich anymore.
Cool.
Damn money.
Yeah, they're like, you earned
That's
that.
a nice
They're like, we
gift.
can't believe you didn't cash that. I'm like, me either.
That's
Boy,
nice
I was
to
dumb
buy.
back in the day. But I get it, because think about it, they're grinding. It's a tough
This
fucking
entirely
grind.
fucks our books, but go ahead.
Yeah, now we're gonna fuck our whole season up now.
This ruins our tax season. But thanks, Brendan. Go ahead.
And I burst on the scene. I'm selling it out within a year. It's like, man, fuck that guy. So, especially from the comics, I get it, dude. And if they have podcasts, they're doing it and they get views, so they make money. I get it. I never. That's never
How dare
bothered me.
you?
Yeah.
Now you get it?
Well, he's out.
It's so disingenuous for him now to be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, go make fun of me all you want. I'm a target like anyone else. Go ahead." just so phony for him to be like, "Nah, I'm cool.
I'm just like you.
I'm a totally cool guy. Hey, I say make fun of me more. I don't think you guys are going hard enough."
Sightless Steve, $2. This isn't over, Mike.
Oh, my old rival.
Yeah.
Sightless Steve.
And Don Fried Chicken, $2. I saw baby kissing Craigie Claus. That's it.
Nice.
I had to sing. He put music notes on there.
That'd be fun if you put a Christmas album out for kids.
Would it?
I think so. I'd be like Brendan, lean into it, you know?
It would just be so fun.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, gang. And genuinely, thank you guys for joining all year, watching and supporting the show. We appreciate you guys. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. If you listen to the show later, we are live on YouTube every Sunday at 10 a.m.
That's right.
So, check us out. We appreciate you guys doing that. Support the show for free wherever you get podcasts by liking, subscribing, commenting. Helps more people find the show. And if you'd like to go even further in supporting the program, you can become a member on Patreon or YouTube. Become a YouTube member or a Patreon member. You get early access and bonus content, like Why Are You Laughing, for example, which the Talking Funny episode is up now. If you want to go check that out. So we appreciate you guys doing that. The easiest way to find all those links is blindmike.net. And keep circling around Very Good Show.
There's something happening.
Keep circling. I believe in these boys. You hear that? I think that's Matt Samford off in the distance. Yeah, so keep going to verygoodshow.org. Refresh every day, I say.
That's right.
And go to HACKRIDEstudios.com. Remember that great intro? The thumbnail that we learned from Whitney is so important. And also, Casey always here when Craig bails on us.
Oh, bail.
My computer's broken again. I'm like, I believe that.
It totally is broken. Been plugged in this whole time, and I have a new charger, so that doesn't make it die quicker. I'm down to 40%, and it's been plugged in the whole time.
When Craig decides he's too good for us, Casey's always there. So go to HackRideStudios.com.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think that's it. Merry Christmas, everybody. And we'll talk to you. I think we'll still talk to you before the year is out, I would imagine. So see you next time.
And we have a meme transition. Hey, it's Boogie.
Cypress through the way, everyone up. Now, this is very interesting tip. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Put it in the outro. Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
There's no cum on my mic.
rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it.
One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym. Piss on it.
Stop, my belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Can you please kindly F off, please? If a person is on a bridge threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
God bless America.
Put it in the outro.